full lineup today. Oh. It's either going to go. It's either going to be really, really good, or it's going to really suck.
It'll be unanimous, whatever it is.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, like it's like I almost like I was thinking maybe the show could be like what we were all hoping the Trump trial would be, and that would be a hung. I mean, even you, Brian, were like, man, this is gonna be hung.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna hold out.
I'm shocked.
Demographically,
he should have had 2 or 3 jurors that were staunch supporters that would have held out.
So I mean, doesn't that? I mean. I'm not trying to stick up for anybody, but I mean, like, you know, just statistically and the jury makeup that he had, both of you guys are attorneys, you would just think statistically, and two people that were on the jury of the 12 were attorneys. So you're thinking, man, there's no, like, he's going to get a couple people that know that this is a railroad job and that Alvin Bragg, you know, just see this for what it is and hold out. But, man, they didn't. They nailed his ass right to the ground. Like, does that solidify that?
It's United States of embarrassment.
I mean, what is?
Well, Bubba, there's a couple things. First of all, the judge made it so it was so easy to find him guilty by giving so many different options. And, you know, the thing is, the Fifth Amendment says that you need to know what you're being charged with and what you're being convicted of. The jury form as it stood, and I read the jury instructions.
Did you, Brian?
I didn't look at them all, it was brutal. But this is the point that I made.
By the way, 50 pages.
The point that Dan's about to make is the point that I made when Alvin Bragg announced this indictment and arrested Donald Trump for this. Is what is the underlying crime? And when you don't spell it out for a defendant, they can't properly defend themselves. So that's the problem I have with how they went about this. This should have been a federal charge against him if it was going to be anything. That's not
Brian,
unprecedented.
It could have been a federal charge. The feds looked at it and declined to prosecute it because it wasn't a crime to the feds.
Well, it
wasn't a prosecutable crime to the feds.
It could have been. I mean, we have precedent of John Edwards with
and
this.
It was found not guilty because he was trying to save his marriage, and that's why he was found to not have violated the law.
The circumstances in his case were different because the payments continued after he suspended and stopped his campaign.
Taking that argument because
it's not going to go too good today.
No. We're talking
having
nicely.
A discussion.
But taking that argument, Brian, the jury verdict form had 34 counts specifically dated in 2017 after the frickin' election was over. How can you manipulate an election that was 5 months earlier? That's the irony and the ridiculousness of this whole thing. Every charge was based on an accounting based on 2017, from January to December of 2017, separate checks and separate vouchers. It has nothing to do with the election. Zero. Nothing. It was a complete fraudulent, trumped-up charge, and the judge made it impossible for Trump to defend himself.
Now, hold on. Here's one thing. I'm not nearly as well versed as you guys are on the inner workings of jury deliberations and the judge rulings and things like that. I know the judge really, didn't like him, didn't give any rulings, had a gag order, the whole 9 yards. But anyway, and whether any of that means anything or not, but I do know this, that the judge's daughter, in the articles that I've read, now Seth, I've been known to read fake articles and believe them.
Yes, sir.
But maybe Brian and Dan, as my fact checkers here, I think the judge's daughter's name is like Laura, and she's got this big time podcast, this big pro liberal podcast, and has raised 10.2 as part of her soft PAC that she runs or works for, has raised $10.2 million for the Democratic Party since this trial started.
Oh, we got to get her to join the network then.
Now, am I right? Am I right on that?
I don't know about the exact dollar amount, but he does have a daughter who has been raising millions of dollars and is a very, very, very powerful Democratic operative.
Brian, is that true?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Okay,
of it.
so now, isn't that isn't that kind of isn't that somewhat conflicty?
Not really. Not for the point of recusal.
Okay.
No.
All right. And
Well,
I think hold on.
I mean, if that's
Dan,
not,
hold
I
on,
mean,
hold
look at
on.
the Supreme Court. They won't recuse themselves from cases where they've got buddies that
Now,
have given them millions of dollars worth of trips.
I also
I
had
mean,
heard,
it's, you know,
I had also heard that the Biden administration, well, I mean, the U.S. Census Bureau is under his watch. That's a department of government that he, at the end of the day, doesn't run, but is, I mean, the commander in chief. At the end of the day, he's in charge of the FBI. He's in charge of the Secret Service. He's in. I mean, he has directors of his cabinet that runs those departments. But at the end of the day, it's under his watch.
he's the CEO of the country, essentially,
Yes, but-
and that's all under the company.
Right.
But Bubba,
From-
what he's not though is he's not the CEO of state courts and state law.
I understand somewhere I'm going with it.
Oh.
But thank you. So the U.S. Census Bureau is under his watch, and I think I read in the same article about his daughter that his son just got like $180,000 U.S. Census Bureau job. Now, I mean I mean, we can say that the current president or the current Democratic Party isn't. They don't take care of each other, and it's. I mean, come on, man. The president's son. I'm sorry. The judge's son-in-law just got a $200,000 gig or a six-figure paying gig for the U.S. Census Bureau. Come on, man.
Well, if you can show that he wasn't qualified for that, I mean, look, it is what it is. At the end of the day, what I take exception to, the one thing that I take big exception to, is what Dan's pointed out, which is a criminal deserves to know what they're charged with, and what elevates everything that Trump did to a felony. Let's be clear on a few things here. Trump had sexual relations with Stormy Daniels.
Allegedly.
Bubba knows this from 2007. Are you saying Bubba's a liar?
He wasn't in the room.
Hold on.
Bubba was there.
Hold on.
When she told him.
You guys, when I'm trying to get one in, you shut up. Okay, that's kind of how it works around here.
Minus Raybar
Quit trying
20
to-
on the Venmo
quit
and
trying
Shadow
to-
Panda 1,000 bits. Thank you.
Quit trying to overtalk me. When I jam in, shut up. So listen. Dan, if you want to be Johnny MAGA, right wing, suck the D, okay, that's great. You can be that. I lean that way, but just take my political affiliation out of it. Yes, I can testify that he had sex with her. That's not illegal. I don't know why you know what? His first problem really is putting this over and denying it. He should just own it and be done with it, right? Like, who cares? I mean, I just watched a video last night where, remember, was it Jennifer Paula, the girl,
Paula Jones?
Paula Jones and her attorney are standing at a podium. She's like, yeah, here's the check right here. And it's like $800,000. And it says from William Bill Clinton to, this chick, an $800,000 check. What are we even fighting about? What's it matter?
Diablo Dane, $10 on the super chat.
What's it even matter that he blasted her or not?
That doesn't.
It
but
shouldn't.
Which is why that she shouldn't have even been at the trial, because it didn't matter.
But
it was irrelevant
Is
to
he
the
on
charge.
the payments then were, to silence her and obviously to keep it from coming public. And he's within his rights to do that. The problem is the way he went about issuing those payments and then booking those payments. Okay. And we can say whether or not he should have been charged, fine. I don't think he should have been charged by New York State for this. All right. But what he did is arguably a campaign finance violation. And, whether or not the feds decided to charge him, that's ultimately their decision. I will agree with Dan. This should not have played out the way it did in New York State court. This was a federal charge. If they were going to make it, it's a federal case. They stretched beyond
The statute of limitations.
Well, I think they stretch beyond the law and to make these felonies when at best in New York State they were misdemeanors.
So does this get tossed out on appeal? What's next for this baby?
It will be appealed. There's two things coming up. There'll be an appeal, but the timeline on that is ambiguous, and the sentencing is July, I believe, 11th.
Yeah.
And so it depends on what happens over the next, 5-6 weeks.
Now, what if? I've also seen a few little rumors where The judge now, his mindset may be, okay, so we got him, and I did my democratic duty to get him. He's got it on his, but now with the sentencing, I'm going to go light, and I'm going to give him like house arrest and probation, so he didn't have to no hard time. So like kind of I got you guilty, kid, but I'm not going to lock you up.
Right. Well, it's a blue-collar crime, if you want to categorize it, and it's arguably a victimless crime. So there's no victim to testify at the
Would it be a
sentencing.
white-collar crime? You mean?
I'm sorry, white-collar crime. Yes.
Thank you.
White-collar crime. Thank you.
Brian, would you please denote that Dan was wrong?
Dan doesn't see colors when he looks at collars.
Exactly.
That one's for me, by the way. Catching Dan on a blue collar versus a white collar.
Right. But
very rarely. Listen, it's such a monumental moment. Very rarely do I catch you on a mistake.
Yes.
Like, I mean, you're more read, you're more educated, you're more everything than me. I mean, you're not a better radio host, but that's about it. Well, as far as where, the only thing I can beat you at really is being a radio host. Otherwise, I can't, I'm not.
And you're pretty good historically, too.
Yeah, whatever.
Shane Warshoff, 20 on the Venmo.
All right, so it gets. Well, listen, my IQ's 109 and yours is 160. So there you go.
Well, I think there'll be several areas where this is appealed. Arguably the Trump side will appeal that the judge was biased and should have been recused. He'll appeal that he never really understood what he was being charged with or convicted with. He'll appeal that he wasn't able to mount an adequate defense, and he'll appeal that the prosecution did prejudicial testimony that should have never been allowed. And since Epstein's conviction was reversed, I believe this year, based on that same argument, because they had all these other people.
Hold on. You mean Weinstein?
Jesus Christ.
No, geez, hold on.
What's wrong with Dan this morning?
I don't know. I don't have any idea, but I know
we're on stroke watch.
I got two of them. I mean, I've corrected Dan. I have factually correct, pop culturally and factually and historically and grammatically corrected Dan 2 times in 13 minutes. He's been wrong 2 times in 13 minutes.
He was up all night reading the 50-page jury
Bubba,
instructions.
If we're being intellectually honest, it was 2 times in about 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, Dan, are you okay, baby? We do got an AED machine here. Are you having an AFib moment? Are you out of rhythm?
I may be.
My God.
Does he need the massage chair? Maybe.
Don't bring that up with him.
All right.
Oh, Dan, the massage chair. Oh,
What's
my
up with the
God.
massage?
Brian.
Oh,
Brian.
man.
He's got a new massage chair.
Brian.
Dan's looking around feverishly.
I told everybody, the last person I want to know about it is him.
Well, he is the last person technically in here to know about it.
I am the last person to know about it. So, what's up with this massage chair?
What I mean is, I didn't want Dan knowing about it.
We just thought you meant you wanted him to be the last one to know about it.
One, because it's kind of tucked down in the corner, and Dan's so flighty that when he walks in and walks out, he's like Kramer. He doesn't pay attention to his surroundings. He really doesn't. Dan doesn't pay attention to his surroundings.
Not unless it's sharper coming at me.
Dan just opens the door and just rolls right on through there like Rodney Dangerfield. He's not looking at. If I could have got a brand new piece of weight equipment, and Dan would have never noticed.
From 4:30 to 6 o'clock, I am on reflex. So it's all reflexive.
So this new chair that I got, it's kind of tucked back in the corner. I told the merch crick.
It's not in this room, Dan.
I told the merch crick, don't tell the employees about it. That bitch automatically, she starts blabbing to Seth about it. Once you've told Seth, then you might as well just have told everybody. I mean, he's the worst.
He's a yenta, man.
Hey, listen, if you really want something to get out, tell Seth and tell him not to tell nobody.
Right, he's Mr. Megaphone.
Oh, yeah, he is. So I got this new massage chair, and it is so unbelievable. And that every employee would want to spend between 10 and 30 minutes in it it's got a 10-minute setting, a 20-minute setting, and a 30-minute setting. And so listen, even when we got it, the merch crate got in it, and she was like, she got in it before I did, and she's like, oh my God. This is a game changer. This is the most incredible massage chair I've ever been into. Like, oh my God.
Remember the quote that it made her feel things that you've never made her feel before?
Whatever. So we were over here we got it on Sunday, or Saturday or Sunday of last week. We picked it up, and this is where I was going to put. I don't have room in my apartment for it, so I can
store it for you.
just like you did the torture rack.
Yeah, but I'll use this one.
No, yeah, you're not even getting in it.
Why? Am I going to dirty it up?
Dan's going to buy one, honestly.
Hold on, now,
Seth
hold
was
on.
in it topless already.
Everybody, be quiet now. So I get this chair. So I'm in the gym part of where it's at. It's in the Clem gym, and so she turns it on immediately. She reads the kind of manual how to do a demo mode, and she gets in this massage chair, and she's like. She puts it on the 10-minute setting, and like for 10 minutes I have to hear her. I was actually trying to do some dumbbell curls.
Yeah.
Just trying to get I was like, oh listen, I'll let her get her little 10 minutes in, then I'll go sit in it. But let me, I might as well do some. So I did some straight bar and dumbbell curls.
Get a little
right?
pump.
Yeah, just a little something. So the whole entire time she's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my God. It's down on my feet.
That's orgasmic,
and
Bubba.
now it's on my calves, and now it's doing my shoulders, and now it's doing my hands and my forearms. I'm like, what in the hell kind of machine?
Bubba went around the corner thinking Hogan was in there.
Yeah.
Chief Charlie 21520 on the super chat.
Wow.
You are a scorekeeper.
Yes.
You know what? You were supposed to keep score yesterday. I got to think Brian fared. Might have been one of his best days score-wise. Money was in.
He had eight. He had eight attaboys.
So he was a plus 8.
Plus
Yes.
5.
Oh,
I had three.
He had three zookeepers and 8 attaboys.
Nice. So he was a plus 5.
Yes.
In hockey, he's plus 5.
That's strong.
And Brian, in hockey, man, if you could be plus 1, 2 every night, you're a $7 million hockey player.
If you're plus 5, you go down as the greatest of all time.
Right, yeah, but I'm saying when
They
doing,
do say plus minus is the most overrated stat in hockey, but I would say with what we do, Bubba, it's the most important stat.
Exactly. But in hockey, they still use the plus minus as a determining factor as to, how your contribution to the overall team.
Yeah, it's how the team fared while you were
Right.
on the ice.
Right. So it's and I for an NHL guy to make a lot of money, you only got to be if your average for the entire year is 2.4, that's great. Most people, if you can be
your plus minus is 50 at the end of the year. You had an exceptional season.
No, but what your average, they'll do your average. What your average plus minus?
Yeah,
was.
like a 0.5 would be amazing.
If you're just positive,
yeah,
you're a $7 million a year guy.
Yeah.
If you're just again, at the end of the year, after all 82 games, you were a plus 0.49. Not even a half of a man. You are writing checks because most hockey players are 0 or a negative. No matter. I think Stamkos this year was a negative.
No.
Yeah.
Not
you want
guys.
to bet? You want to bet? You want to bet?
Stammer was negative because his points come on the power play, and that is not counted to plus minus.
So hold on, just to show you. God, I'm just scoring mic drop. Historical mic drops on everybody. Watch this. Seth is way more of a hockey connoisseur than me. Knows way more about the Lightning. Knows way more about the sport.
I did kind of stop caring about them when they fired me, but I was just guessing that.
You still have an overall better knowledge of the sport than I do.
You
You ready for this, Bubba?
Hold on, yeah, because I'm going to drop this motherfucking mic.
Minus 21 on the season.
Yep.
He was minus 5 in the playoffs in 5 games. He was on pace for minus 81 in the playoffs.
Am I just dropping mics, bitch?
You sure are.
Seth goes, no way. Steve Stamkos was negative for the year. What Bubba Clem drop?
Mike.
Bubba's plus 3 already through the first segment.
I'm plus 3.
But does that align with what you said, Bubba, that he sucks?
I didn't
If
say.
a guy's negative, then he sucks?
Yeah, you're right. That does align with the fact that number is somewhat misleading because, you're right.
Well, it doesn't take into account special teams power play, which is where Stamkos' value is, like 80% of his value.
And if they would figure that in, he'd probably be a plus 20. I'm just saying, because that's where he does all of his damage. He parks himself over there, that left circle, and then the guys just one-time him, feed him, and just it's literally about a 50-50 chance he's going to get it because most goalies just can't get that. They cannot react from a cross-net pass fast enough from his 107 mile an hour. It'd be interesting to know what Stamkos's power play, that shot he takes.
Probably 95.
You think it's okay? So it's probably flirting at 100.
He's not a
You
long
think it's
stick.
slower? It's slower than the fast pitch. I mean,
Yeah, Dan.
the puck coming off the stick doesn't go over 100.
Sometimes.
You got to have
guys-
a really big blast over 100, right, Seth?
Like Chara, I don't think Stamkos was ever in the hardest shot competition, but Chara's hit 3 digits before.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Hockey, the speed of a hockey puck and how it can be shot is kind of
Similar to like a fastball?
Similar to Major League Baseball. You got a guy, Major League Baseball, the average dude, in today's world, Lummy, as it's getting faster, a guy's fastball's got to be flirting with 94, 95.
Yep.
Like if he's not, back in the day, you could have a fastball that was 89, 90.
But they got guys that zip 100 for half their pitches now.
I know.
This
They got
new
a guy,
Paul Skeens.
They got this one dude, I think, from the Twins that can go 109 or something like that.
I don't know about that, but
They just went with this new guy in the Twins.
No, hold on. No, there's this new
he hit
guy.
109 miles an hour.
Hold on. There's this new guy in the league because remember 106 from the real tall black guy from Cincinnati who was originally
Aroldis Chapman?
Yeah, he's been prior to this new guy. Hasn't Chapman been kind of like the
105.8.
Okay, is that Chapman or is that the new guy?
Yeah, that's Chapman.
Okay, so look at the new guy from this year. I think he's flirting with 7 or 8 right now.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, Chapman's the fastest ever recorded at 105.8.
All right, so there's nobody in the league. I thought I saw there was a new guy in the league that was flirting with
After
10.
your Stamkos stat, Bubba, I'm not going to argue with you, but I haven't heard of any hot pitchers with the Twins.
Okay,
that
no
hasn't.
problem. Thank you.
I'm just,
So anyway, when looking at a slap shot and potentially how hard it is, know that the best players are probably in the mid 90s, and you got a couple dudes that can get it over 100.
So, Bubba, you're talking about a non-pitcher, and it looks like Ellie De La Cruz this year. They said it. One of his pitches, one of his throws was 106.9 miles an hour.
That was that shortstop to first.
Yes.
I wonder if that's the same distance as what the pitcher's mound is.
It's a lot different pitching versus chucking a ball.
I understand,
but
the distance would be the first thing that you would try to take into consideration, correct?
Yeah.
Lummy's really trying to prop you up here, Bubba. That was a real deep stat here to try to,
No, but
I had a sack check.
But hold on.
He's looking for Minnesota guys.
I wasn't completely wrong in the fact that I did see that somebody in the Major League Baseball world had thrown something very, very fast.
You're Bubba Berman, man. I'm not arguing with your sports knowledge.
Bubba Berman. Jesus.
Back.
So you think Stamkos is, when he sets himself over to the left circle, you think that's mid-90s?
My guess is mid-90s because when you look at the fastest puck when they do that, and he's hit 102, 103 in his career.
In like the All-Star game?
They're skating into it, and all of that's like perfectly set up. When he's doing it from the office over there, he's set up, but he's not skating into the puck.
Right.
So I'm thinking that impacts the velocity. But his placement is what is so exceptional.
Right.
Is that he can put it into that window in the upper left corner where the goalie can't get there, that 3-inch window.
And he can do it as a one-timer, meaning he doesn't even need that extra, 0.3 of a second to stop the puck, position it, and fire. He basically is just redirecting a pass. He has so much finesse that he can time it on his swing so that when the puck gets there, he's already in his swing. Whereas some guys some guys don't have that skill set, Brian, and the fact that if you were to pass it over to some dude, he's got to stop the puck, then, maybe try to one-timer it in. But with Stamkos, he has one of the smoothest one-timer transitions ever.
Well,
it's like almost a baseball ball and a batter.
And the placement is just
he
insane.
puts it in a size of window that's about the size of the puck.
Yeah.
And the goaltender's got to be dead balls on. So I don't know what we're talking about.
So plus minus, you're talking about, I'm going to give you a hometown friendly deal when we go up for contract negotiations.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem. Brian was a +5 yesterday. What's Dan already scored at? You don't have to score we only score Dan and We only score Dan and Brian. We don't score the full timers, just the part timers.
Well, technically, Dan has 0 and Babyface has 1.
With 2 keys or corrections?
+1. He's a +1. I'm a 0.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that hurt to say, didn't it, Dan?
It's okay.
I mean, are you still? I mean, wow.
Hey,
every
time I feel
Hey,
bad.
remember last week?
You want to be Romina and have a bad day because Dan is in the worst mood known to man. He had to, within the first 26 minutes of the show that he loves so very much, tell Brian that he's a +1 and he as himself, Dan is a 0.
But
How that hurt? That would cut to the bone, didn't it, Dan?
a little bit. But every time I feel badly, I just look to the left and I feel better.
So now you're putting the physicality part in there, and that's
Just-
I take
physicality. It's the whole essence. It's the whole entity.
Dan goes up +2 if he orders pancakes also.
Is it Flapjack Friday?
I don't know. I'm just saying that always contributes to the score.
No, I mean Dan can't buy his way out of getting beat by Brian on the gimmicks.
Speaking of which, Bubba, when we give away those Eric Andre tickets.
I wonder who will win. Lummy, who do you think's going to win today between these two?
I'm going to have to say probably Brian.
Are you going to stop scoring at 9?
I think the winner's the Bubba Army. You know, the fact that they get both of us in here on a Friday to end their week, I mean, they're the real winners.
Elise Kushner doesn't get a hold of me very often.
Oh, Lord.
I love her. We have a great relationship. Even when Seth didn't work for me, Elise and I would have our little Seth moments. I would be like, hey, Elise, how's Seth doing? Well, he's currently in L.A., thinking about doing some type of producer job. I'll say, okay, great.
Throwing up in Koreatown.
4 days later, hey, Bubs. Hey, Elise. Seth's back in Tampa already.
Shadow Panda, 1,000 bits for Dr. Dan.
Just as the family arrived, he was making departure arrangements.
Had to make a quick decision.
Yeah. So thank you, Seth, for whatever you just said.
What did she want? Did she hit you up? Or?
Oh, yeah. Elise Kushner, the great Elise Kushner, Seth's mom. Everybody wants to blame everyone, but Trump.
Oh, Lord.
All capitals with 3 exclamation points. The jury found him guilty, period.
Yeah, of what?
Don't start engaging.
Dan, come on.
Elise.
That's Seth's
his
mom,
Dan.
Dan.
That's Seth's mom. Okay, have some respect and realize you're going to bite your tongue and be respectful of the great Elise Kushner.
Arlene, Elise, and Janie Cakes are off limits,
yes.
man.
And what's your mom's name?
Sue.
Well, is that your real mom or your adoptive mom?
Dude, that's the only mom I got.
What about the mother that you fought? Was that your mother-in-law?
Oh, that's... You can go after her.
So it's like we were
You
like...
can go after my mother-in-law. That's
so-
fine.
She's the one who squared up on Brian.
She's fair
she did.
game.
She squared up on Brian.
Did Brian back down?
Yeah, Brian did.
I was hoping she punched me in the face, Dan.
I'm going to sue you.
Not to sue her, just get her out of my life.
No, but you could. You
Get a
could.
restraining order on her? The only guy getting a restraining order on a girl in Tampa Bay?
No.
73-year-old
Hold on,
woman.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No. That happens to be your mother-in-law. Yeah. The only guy that you're getting a restraining order on, a 73-year-old woman who lives with you and is your mother-in-law. Boy, you know times are tough, right?
She's probably crank calling him.
Hard times.
Man, Unit 15, we got a call at Brian Matroni's house. We have a domestic violence with a possible trespassing caper going on.
It's the baby face again. He's being abused by his mother-in-law.
This is
She hit him with this
This
walker.
is Officer McGillicuddy. I'm on the scene right now, and Brian, his ass is. I mean, we might need to call his friend Dan Diaco to close up some of these sutures. He's got a left eye cut. He's got a bruised right. I mean, like would she just go to town on you?
Yeah, with their cane.
I remember how Brian was trying to keep her alive
Did she
during
ever-
COVID.
I
Did she-
know.
did-
Now
did-
she's like, kill him.
Did your mother-in-law ever get physical with you?
What? I
Your,
said she shoved me.
she did.
Yeah.
In the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
She knock you down?
No.
No, I know, but like under what was it about? What was it about?
It's a very complicated story, but she essentially went up to a friend that was visiting us that she knew she shouldn't have been talking to and talked about something she shouldn't have been talking about, and then got mad at us for her mistake.
What kind
Sounds
of
like
secrets you guys
I was
got?
getting ready to say, what kind of deep, dark
Flashlight.
family? What
So,
kind of
I
family secret?
mentioned it.
So
He's
I had
mentioned it.
mentioned it. And I'll reiterate it. So we had a friend who was trying to have a second baby. They were struggling, and they had to come over and leave their daughter with us one day because she had to go to the hospital because she was spotting. And this was very early on in her pregnancy, but they were pregnant. So my mother-in-law had that information. And then,
by the way, let me please, I hate to interrupt the great Brian Matroni, mother-in-law, high spot, but Susan Poitras and Michael is it Rousseau? It sounds French.
Rousseau.
Rousseau?
ROUSSEAU. Rousseau. $50.
Thank you.
Both on the PayPal at the Bubba Army, PayPal and Venmo, both at the Bubba Army. Thank you so much. Brian, take it away for my mother-in-law high spot, please.
So the later that week or the following week, the friend came over. So my mother-in-law had the information, and so she needs to feel included and let people know that she knows stuff. Like that's the way she feels special in this world.
Does it kind of like validate her
existence,
her coolness, or her, this person? I don't know. Just
she had arrested development. If I'm playing armchair psychiatrist, she is arrested development at around the age of 12 or 13 in terms of her emotional growth, and so she
feels as if giving somebody some information she shouldn't be giving in a very gossipy type way, that makes her cooler than she really is.
Exactly.
Okay. So we know the poor.
So she
rather than
goes,
to hold water, keep your mouth shut, like you've been told, and that this is a very personal situation that the average person doesn't need to know about, and quite frankly, the family that's going through that situation doesn't want anybody than their very close friends and family to know. It's not something that you want to necessarily let the entire neighborhood know that you just miscarried your baby. Mama's out flapping her gums.
So she's like a yenta.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So,
oh my God, you hear about Jim and Rhonda? They just had to go. They were trying for their kid, and it was like half developed, and then they lost it, and they had to go to the hospital last night. That's why their car wasn't in the parking lot.
Yeah, Seth was texting to her about the massage chair. So
right. We'll get into the massage chair, and I have strict rules on it. Okay, thanks.
So, anyways, she goes up to that friend who had just miscarried, and goes,
hold on, to the actual miscarrier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, to the poor woman who just went through this.
Yeah, and she did. So she wasn't certain that she had miscarried, but she knew that she was pregnant, and she knew that she was struggling to keep the baby. And she wasn't supposed to really know any of that. She just knew it by the fact that she was around us.
At the end of the day, man,
and she
causes you to get major heat with this family because they're like, man, what are you going and telling our entire secrets to your entire over dinner time? Do you have the entire family going over our possible miscarriage?
Yeah. So
Don't tell the Brian and his wife anything. They'll tell everybody.
So she goes up to her and whispers, "You look pregnant. Are you pregnant?" And I could see my friend. I heard it because we were sitting outside on the patio together. I could see her starting to well up, and she turns to my mother-in-law. She goes, "No, I'm just fat." And and to leave it alone, like kill it and stop. And my mother-in-law doubled down. She goes, "I don't know." And I'm like,
it sounds like a Larry David episode. Doesn't it sound like a Curb episode?
I turn to her and I just glare and I say, "Go away." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I'm apologetic." I'm like, "She was." She was here when you dropped your daughter off, and
so you're Shakespearing on the deal.
Yeah, I'm trying to, and
that's called in wrestling. It's called Shakespearing.
In that family's,
I like for you to use that term, please.
I was Shakespearing,
right?
Begging
off Shakespearing is what it's called. Say it.
Begging off Shakespearing.
Right. So you're begging off and Shakespearing on the deal. That's what you'd say.
Hard. Selling it hard.
Right. So I'm begging off and I'm Shakespearing on the deal. And an old girl that hit the high spot, she's over there flapping her gun still.
Yep. That's it. And so, anyways, she ended up doubling down on it and going back into the kitchen and saying it again to her and trying to get herself out of it, and it made it worse. So then my mother
on the kitchen exchange, what did she say there?
I wasn't privy to that conversation. I know it. I just know that it happened and it didn't go well.
I was like, "I know you're not fat, honey. You got a baby."
I don't know what it was, but
something like that. Trying to be
our
trying
friends
to be a baby
were cool
face.
about it. Our friends were cool about it. Anyways, that's what kind of set it all off, and that was the point.
So then they leave, and then you go and try to beat her ass.
No. I was very livid with her. I wasn't talking to her, And
did you let it be known to her after they had left that she was a complete bitch and she was a loudmouth, should have never said nothing, or did you just take it like a bitch and go upstairs and get ready for bed?
So my wife.
Sorry, just asking for a friend.
Give her the silent treatment.
My wife more put her in her place about that, and I kept quiet about it. So my wife's getting ready for bed.
So your wife, she was feeling the heat, and she wasn't giving just because she's my mom a pass. She was throwing spuds.
Yeah, she was trying to fight Brian's fight for him.
You got Brian in
Well, it
wrestling.
wasn't my fight. It was my wife's more
Brian,
friends with this
in wrestling
couple than I
terms.
am.
Throwing spuds means she's in there just getting after it, heavy-handed. So your wife starts throwing spuds on her mom?
So we're wrestling this story up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Say it, my wife's throwing spuds.
So she cuts a promo on my mother-in-law
Right.
and lets her know, her place, spuds her a couple of times, and then she walks to the back to get ready. She did her job for the night.
Right.
It's done. We figure everything's put to rest, and we'll pick it up in Omaha after we leave Topeka.
Right.
And
we'll take it to tomorrow night.
We'll take it tomorrow
We'll leave
night.
the audience, wanting more, and then we'll go ahead and finish out the high spot tomorrow night in Grand Rapids.
So my wife's in the locker room washing off her makeup, her face paint.
We're in Flint tonight, and tomorrow night's Grand Rapids.
My wife was doinked that night, and so she's washing off her face paint and everything. And my mother-in-law knocks on the bedroom door. She comes into our into our dressing room.
Wow! Into the
guy get all wrestling.
Into the guy's locker room, right? She took from the ring to the locker room, right?
Yeah.
Now she's in Stephanie's locker room.
So now she's in there. Now I want to take her pillar to post.
Now are you getting ready for bed, getting down to your undies and all that kind of deal?
I'm already kind of settled in for the night.
Right. Okay. So you're in bed.
Do you sleep in a nightgown?
SpongeBob pajamas.
Okay. So whatever.
A SpongeBob nightgown.
You're in for the night, and Stephanie's taking off her war paint.
Yeah.
And the big boss man rolls in here and tries to cut another promo.
Yeah. So so she's like, just so you guys know, it's your fault for not telling me that she miscarried. And I lost it on her. And that's when I go, screw you. And that was what I said. And she goes, what? And I said, screw you. I said, we have no duty to tell you anything.
I mean, if we had this on tape, we could have retired from the Hogan sex tape. Please.
You need to learn to keep your mouth shut and not talk to people you shouldn't be talking to. I said, that's your problem throughout your entire life.
It's like a
which is
Geico
why
commercial.
You're living with
not
me,
turned into your mom. That's like a Geico commercial.
Which is why you're living with the progressive one, actually.
Yeah, progressive.
Yeah, correct.
Thanks,
Thank you for the. That's, you know what, Lummy? That's a correction, and that would be a +1.
Really?
For Brian.
Irrelevant, stop the flow correction is a +1? Since when?
I just kind of feel.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
You're like a
calling
judge in
you
New
out
York.
on your corrections.
I'm feeling good
Wow.
today. I'm feeling good today. Dan, Dan.
What, Judge?
You and I will be dancing together here soon. Don't worry about it, kid. I got you. Okay.
Okay.
Don't start. Don't freak out. Don't freak out because we did a false finish. 30 minutes in. Jesus, get the whole match to go here, buddy. Okay.
He's going to take that point back from me very shortly.
I got a couple of top rope high spots planned for you. Okay. Just chill. Jesus. Dancing with me. I'm in gorilla position, calling the shots.
I'll keep my mouth shut. I'm letting them tell a story.
No, you're not good at that.
I'm pretty good at that.
So, Brian, continue on. So she says, well, if you guys had told me she got a miscarriage, then I wouldn't have had to say those things.
And that's when and so I just doubled down on the screw you, and she comes over and she gets in my face, and I could tell she wants to punch me. I mean, I can see that look
and
in
there's
her
your
eyes.
little baby face head sticking out of the covers. I can just see it right now.
No, I'm sitting up. I had my pillows stacked up. I'm sitting up in bed just watching sports. It's a Sunday.
All right, so you're sitting in bed. So she rolls up. So at this point, though, she's taller than you because a man sitting in bed.
Well, she's taller than me anyway. She's a big woman.
She's big.
Really?
She's 6'1".
So she's not afraid of you. She's not afraid of you.
She looks like a big old chicken.
Do you think she could? Do you think she
No,
could take
she could
it?
not take.
Of course she could, dude.
Oh, yes, because people who are 2 inches, 3 inches taller than somebody could always take somebody else.
No, just because she could take you.
Okay, whatever. I mean,
Brian buys expensive seats to the UFC. He knows how to fight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Brian knows how to get a fat chicken into a reverse naked choke. So anyway,
I'll get head control on her quick.
Yeah, he'll get side control too.
Yeah,
full body.
Take her down.
He'll go 12 sixes on her all day, even though they're illegal.
Yeah, straight down on those elbows.
Did you? No, that was a pretty good.
That
insider.
was a really good one.
Yeah, 12 sixes, and
12
you guys what don't realize is that the 12-6 hit which is considered like from noon to 6 p.m.
Was that lawyer speak?
No, that's
this is UFC Insider.
it's actually UFC language that says 12 to 6 punching while in full mount is illegal. So you cannot be on a full mount on a guy and just go straight 12-6. That's illegal. That's why they have to come in from. That's why you always see them come in from the side. They side hit because you cannot go. Brian, am I not right?
It's the elbow.
Yeah, the 12-6 elbow.
It's not the punch.
Okay, so the 12, but I didn't know that there is a 12. In the rules, it's called 12-6.
Yeah, and it happened stupidly because of an MMA demonstration where some guy elbowed bricks and broke through the bricks, and so the state athletic commissions were so freaked out by that they're like, well, if we're going to allow MMA, they can't do that.
They didn't realize
elbow
the
move.
bricks were pre-scored.
Yeah, no.
Lummy was out
And
there with
heated
a
in the oven for 5 days.
Lummy was out there with a razor knife, and a mini hacksaw, scoring all 14 of the blocks.
Well, and they heat them in the oven to make them brittle, and so that they'll break.
Exactly, please.
Yeah.
But you wanted to go full mount 12-6 on that bitch, didn't you?
Oh, I mean, I did.
So she gets
I'm
up.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
So hold on, you're in bed. She gets. How close does she get to your get up in your grill?
I mean, she gets within arm's length,
right? And she says what?
She points at me and she goes, "Don't ever disrespect me and talk to me like that again." And I just looked at her and I go, "Screw you."
What's Stephanie doing at this
She's
point?
now in the bathroom
Is
trying
she
to
ready
put
to
a
do it?
towel.
Hold on.
She's literally trying to put a towel on herself because she's naked
Is she
out of
ready
the
to
shower.
do a ring? Is she ready to do a ring run in?
She's coming out like Trish Stratus,
right?
You know,
She's
with
ready
a towel on.
She's ready to come in, slide underneath the bottom rope, and put the boots to Mama. Is all she's ready to do.
She's coming in playing, referee now at this point. So she sees this escalating. She gets in between her mom and I, and her mom reaches over, couldn't help herself, and she shoves me. Because she has no self-control,
she shoves
no
you
impulse control.
over her daughter.
Yeah,
man. You know what? I know that
She
you're very.
reaches
I know
over.
that you're.
This is such a white trash.
It's like a UFC weigh-in.
Hold on. I was just getting ready to say. I know you live in an affluent part of this area, but it sounds like this is Kenneth City all day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, please.
This is some NPR methed up family BS.
Dan, when you grew up, you know how rough Leelman is. Remember
Right,
Leelman? Like Leelman.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like-
Lellman Middle School. Yeah,
like
those tough areas.
Oh yeah, that and like
Kenneth City.
Kenneth City.
Yeah.
Some edges of
Pinellas
Pinellas Park. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
tough
I mean,
crowd.
Yeah, so that's what this sounds like, Brian. Meanwhile, you're living in a few $1 million home, and this sort of thing probably doesn't happen in your upper crust
It's
neighborhood.
never happened in my life.
Can't take the trash out of white.
Wow. So she gives you a little flick, and then what happens?
I let it go because I'm not looking for.
I gotta tell you, man.
Catch a felony.
If you shoved her, you can tell us, man. We'll
gotta-
I
support
did
it.
not shove.
I gotta be
her.
honest
I
with
never,
you, man.
I never touched the woman.
Dan, I don't know if I have the control as a man that if the Merch Crick's mom, hit me, that I couldn't just come unglued and just start laying the hammers to everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, a guy looks like such a bitch if
I
he hits a
know.
girl.
I know.
I mean,
Especially
no matter
a
what.
70-year-old
Hey,
woman.
hey, listen. I had enough self-control not to attack, Awesome Kong, and we were in the
Right,
same
she's like
weight
a
class.
dude.
We
Right.
were in the same weight class.
Right.
I mean, we were.
And I think maybe you did the wrong thing there, Bubba.
Yeah.
But Brian can't hit his mother-in-law.
I know,
Come on,
yeah, I
dude.
know.
I mean, even though he could probably beat up the average girl, he shouldn't swing at his mother-in-law just because she's family. And you definitely can't swing at a 72-year-old because then it's like a huge crime in Florida.
It's a felony.
Let me get that +1.
Who was that actually for?
Are you that stupid?
Okay.
Did you not hear the funny aspect of what Dan said?
I did. I just wasn't sure if also you were giving it to Babyface for not beating his mother-in-law up.
No, that's a good point, Lummy.
Because you said,
Yeah, you wouldn't have had that level of
I'm not going to
self-control.
argue with you, okay?
Okay.
You weren't
I
wrong.
did- I did
You
get
weren't
Dr.
wrong.
Dan's one.
You weren't wrong in your assumption. There were possible 2 zingers
Yeah.
there. That zinger was for Dan.
Got it. Okay.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
Lummy,
I'm not doing anything.
you can show him the chair.
But I can't touch it.
You can touch the chair.
it?
You can sit in the
I
chair,
can't turn it on.
but you cannot turn it on.
So I can just.
Well,
so
you're gonna do this
it's like a
mistake.
naked girl that like
Hey, I was
has got
gonna
her
say-
mouth close to my dick, but she can't suck.
Oh,
it.
wow.
Dan
You're
used
suckling analogy.
You're actually like, this would be like you can titty fuck a girl, but you can't.
Dan's used to touching things and not turning it
I'll
on.
take
Just sit in
I'll
it.
titty fuck her.
No, but let me.
He said I could titty fuck her.
Let him titty fuck her.
Titty fuck.
Let him sit in the chair.
Okay.
That's it.
Dan's used to touching things and not turning them on. Ask Romina.
Is that a +1 for babyface?
No, that is that. I mean, that's
He used it twice, Bubba. You wanted to
He didn't hear it the first time.
I mean, hey, listen, hot mics count too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, just
So
get up.
when Lummy comes in, we're gonna have to. You didn't hear that, but that's it. We gotta
leave it up to Lummy.
We gotta make a correction.
If it's a
No, we
singer?
gotta make a scoring correction.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Scoring correction. I'm writing that down.
Titty fuck. Titty
Titty
fuck.
How's everybody doing on this fabulous Friday? Coming at you from the Hunter Law Studios.
Not the Hunter Law Studio.
Did we get the Hunter Law Eric Andre tickets
We
yet?
did. We have 2 sets to give
We
away
do.
today.
Alex Stein needs a pair.
Oh yeah. I'm flying him in. Make it up to him.
He's so fucking mad at me.
Is he still?
Oh
Was
my
there any other further communication from yesterday?
Yeah, I don't think he stopped, Bubba. I don't think he stopped telling Bubba he was a one-way asshole.
Wow.
Just a fucking.
You think it's a work at this point, or is it a shoot?
No.
Oh, that's sad.
I
Morning,
think
Napa Mike. You're the best. What's up, Gary Cantrell? King. Good morning, Wayne Reed. Titty fucking is overrated.
What up, Alan?
Looking like a young Tony Stewart. I'll take that, you know. Take a young Tony Stewart. Alan.
What up,
Bowling.
Berto?
Oh, Bert O. Perez, our favorite Irish listener.
What is it? Saturday, June 11th?
No, Friday, June 7th.
No.
What?
For Latin Sons.
Yeah, 15th.
15th.
Yeah.
No,
Saturday.
Mitch, I'll be out of town. Good morning, Chief Charlie.
Are you going to be out for the baseball game, too?
Yeah,
Oh, you're out the whole... Okay.
I'm out both those weekends. Summers are busy for me, man. Oh, man, I think Dustin's finally going to get it, Danny. I think he's going to shock the world and win the title finally.
Berto, he's just fucking with you, man. He's saying, like, your middle name's O.
Like O. Perez instead of like O'Brien.
Yeah, like O'Houlihan or, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
O'Brien is
O'Brien, yeah. I don't know O'Houlihan. What the fuck everyone... That's dodgeball, I think.
I am Richard Longwood. You would enjoy it.
Oh, thank you, Danny. I appreciate that, man.
What's up, Cheap Charlie? Thanks for the money.
How wow. Lummy's Peg Juice, what up?
How wow.
It's a bomb pro human.
How
Lips.
Ohio.
Caviar.
Dude, for Bubba to have it planned out where Babyface and Dan are here on the day after the Trump verdict, man, you can't plan it better than that.
And I should give myself a correction.
Correction.
I mean,
You sure will.
that's what the thing is called. Correct. It's actually labeled
An
correct.
attaboy.
It's labeled correct sound. It's the actual.
Oh, correct sound.
You know, that would be like it's a game show fucking deal.
Gotcha.
You know.
I got you now.
Brian, are you going to be here for the night that we watch Tyson and Jake Paul?
I should be.
What
able to
night
be
is
here.
that?
I think it's like in July.
July something.
I think it's Peg Juice.
I should be here.
Yeah, 'cause you're
I don't know what exact date that is.
Minnie's Mark.
Latin Sons are going to be here.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Your hair's coming in nicely.
Yeah, it's you know, like I said, I just got to get him to trim it a little bit more on top next time because it does start curling. But that was more my fault.
I am Buzzman. It's the same redneck. Good morning.
When's Dan getting down there for a haircut?
Probably Juneteenth. I can see Dan getting a fade.
Yeah, I'm a fade guy.
Dan usually has a hot, big-breasted chick who come to his house because of hair.
Yeah.
Playing Glasgow. Jesus.
Well, it's his house 1 month, and then it's Jay's house
it's like
1 month,
I don't know
and
they're
it's
going.
Steven's house
this
1
year.
month.
I don't think they're going to Double Deuces rather than South. And
Public garage.
After the show, make sure to check out BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's all things Bubba 24/7. And
Yeah, I think my headphone clicked together.
Jesus, Lummy, please. You know I'm very sound sensitive.
Yes, you are.
Ask Dan. I yell at him all the time. Poor Dan.
I know.
Almost got blamed for this one, too.
I was about to.
Well, he's the most reckless when it comes to the sound. You know, he's like, he just does whatever the hell he wants.
He's got a birthday coming up, man. We got to take it easy on Dan.
Sunday, we do. What now, Dan? I mean, is there anything? I mean, I don't ever get you anything for your birthday because, like, what do I get you for your birthday?
Yeah, what do we guys do on his 63rd?
Twin engine, pressurized plane.
Yeah, please.
Please.
That's something you need to talk to your brother about.
Well, you notice Babyface casually worked in that it's his 63rd birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't put it over.
He's a funny guy.
It was, oh, by the way, Lummy, there's a scoring correction.
Yes.
While you were gone looking at my chair, while Dan was looking at my chair, Babyface got a zookeeper deal.
Really?
Yep. And
by the way, great chair.
all right, well, hold on. If you think it's a great, I mean, like, Brian and Seth are the only two staff members that I know of, besides me and the Merch Crick, that have sat in it. So, wait. It's.
You don't think Lummy's been in there?
No.
No, I don't want Lummy in there.
I'm not going to get in there.
I don't think
want
his
you in there.
calves
Lummy
will fit.
sweats.
Yeah,
and
Lummy's too big for that chair.
He's too big and he sweats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like and listen, anybody who does get in that chair, which, by the way, I'm not supposed to let anybody in that chair, so I don't even know why I'm even talking about this.
Now everyone's in the chair.
Because, yeah.
You've loosened up your rules because you're a
Whatever.
good fellow.
Listen,
Colton's out there right now.
I'll kill him.
Neil Mount Plaisir, $50. Happy birthday,
thank
Dr.
you.
Dan.
Getting Chick-fil-A grease
Thank
all
you,
over
Neil.
your chair.
Thank you, Neil Mount Plaisir. You know, the super chat on YouTube has been just going so great. Thank you. We've had Cash App taken away from us, so, maybe you want to give through super chat. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we got to pull the nose up on May.
Yeah, we have,
One day.
today's the last day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, by the way, up on YouTube, Lummy, a brand new episode of, I went to that new Huey Magoo's, whatever the hell.
Huey McGue's.
Up on 54.
Yeah.
Oh, strong. Have you been there?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, man. Rhett, you and Lummy are the ones that usually do the, eat out and know what's cool. Have you, like, I think you're the one that told me about the chicken place across on Clearwater.
Yeah.
I
try to check out the chicken places before I send them to you.
Rhett, have you been to Huey Magoo's? Have you been there?
I have not, but when I was editing the Huey McDo's video yesterday, it looked delicious. They're known for their tenders, so that's why they just throw them on the sandwich.
Well, like all these new chicken places, they start with the tender.
I love it.
And then the tender can turn into a sandwich.
Right.
Or a regular tender
A
meal.
tender's versatile, Bubba. I mean, you could do anything with it.
That's what Dave Hot's Chicken down the street that you went to.
Yeah, the hot chicken is awesome. They have these giant. Their tenders are literally like a whole chicken breast.
Lummy, Charles Ramsey. Wow, you must really love the Dan Bryan dynamic. Charles Ramsey on PayPal. PayPal, of course, at the Bubba Army. 150.
Thank you.
Pull the nose up. Today is the last day of the month.
That's John Benet's father, right?
And, yes.
That's you got to take one away. That's
Yep.
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100.
So
I'm
that
at
would
zero.
make
I mean, that makes him-
Babyface 0 and
Yeah.
Dr. Dan 1.
Oh, see, Dan?
Dan just has to sit back.
Dan. Now, Dan.
Tortoise in the hair.
Didn't I just tell you, like, you were getting a little itchy last break? Did you not? You were getting a little irritated because you're like, so he gets one. Because you're kind of freaking out at that time. It was 2-0. Dan, see how fast this game can change?
Dan just needs to play defense the rest of the show. And
Trip out the clock.
Right. Yeah, he's playing
he's
the
got 2
prevent
hours
defense.
to run out the clock.
It's like he's on a power play killer. You know what I'm saying?
Just going to run the ball for 3 quarters.
He's just
Exactly,
gonna
man.
check me every time I come across the line.
Keep the ball in bounds.
Don't become less aggressive though. I mean, you
I'm
can't.
not gonna be less
you can't. Yeah, exactly. You can't become less aggressive. So, Lummy, it looks like it's Dan +1, Brian
0.
quickly from a +2 to a 0. Wow.
That's the way it goes, man.
I think Brian's playing with house money since he was here yesterday and he did his job and he raised money, I think he's just going to let it all hang out.
Yesterday was a good show. I'm not worried about
No,
Friday.
But hold on, what was he yesterday? It was a +5?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me, at the end of the day, Brian's going to have 2 scores. He's going to have his weekly score, and then he's going to have his daily score, or do we just make his weekly score his daily score? So right now he would be a +5.
Well, that's not fair to Dan because we don't know what he was Monday or Tuesday.
You're exactly. We don't. You're right. You know what? You're right. That's not a fair.
I should get a point for that.
Neil
I'm joking.
Malplaisir, $50 on the super chat.
Yeah, a point
Dr. Dan's Cash.
a point for being intellectually honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you. There you go.
Dan's seething.
I got a man that's got 166 IQ that gets all tore up over some stupid ass radio game about who's funnier.
He's leaving here in a Ferrari, going to his job as a plastic surgeon, going home to his waterfront mansion, and he's worried about points on the radio show.
And what he wants for his birthday is a pressurized plane, and he's worried about some stupid radio game.
Imaginary points.
And you forgot after plastic surgery he's going to his law firm, right? I mean, that's cool.
Yeah,
Does
I
he
did
go
that
in there on
yesterday.
Fridays?
I go down on Fridays.
But I mean, but Brian, I mean, even though you guys are fiercely competitive, I mean, fiercely. Dan's accreditation in life with regards to being a doctor and a lawyer, that's pretty pimp.
I can't compete with that. I mean, there's no competition there.
It's
he
also
is more accomplished than I am,
and
for sure.
But hold on, and within the professional world that you work in, is it pretty rare? Is it rare to see that combination?
Oh yeah, most people don't have the ego that would.
No,
be able to drive and fuel getting both degrees. Most people are happy just being good at one thing.
So you're saying rather than give Dan some credit, you're making fun of him that only a narcissist would want both or have to have
there's
both.
an argument to be made, yes, because a lot of doctors are intelligent enough to go through law school.
Bubba, Chad is
all doctors are intelligent enough to go through law school.
Dan's saying a dentist, Dr. McSherry could go through law school.
Oh, dude, dentists, podiatrists,
Dr. Mark,
chiropractors,
Dr. Mark,
even people Dan doesn't consider actual doctors.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Vets,
massage therapists.
Oh yeah, physical therapists, massage therapists,
chiropractors,
all of them.
Dr. Phil,
Right,
Psychiatrist, we say psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Dr. Jill Biden.
All of them, man. Yeah.
PhD.
Absolutely. She doesn't have a PhD. She has a doctor of education, which is like below PhD.
But Brian, I mean, does it like Dan, so you don't get impressed.
He's not impressed.
I know, but does the average person, does the average professional be like, wow, that guy's a doctor and I mean, not knowing that he's a douchebag and he's narcissistic and he rolls away around the way he does, but just in title, I'm assuming that's pretty. That's
impressive. I only know of like 3 or 4 in Florida that have both. So
hold on, in the entire state,
that I know of. I mean, there may be more, but
normally when you're a doctor lawyer, you have a billboard and half your jacket is a lawyer coat and half of it's a doctor coat.
Right.
So
I've thought about that billboard.
Yeah.
you should, Dan.
But then how does he fit in the radio too? He's wearing headphones during it.
The gold mic.
Oh yeah, with his microphone,
and he's driving a race car at Sebring. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Football
in this.
coach.
Right.
Yeah, whistle.
Jesus, I don't even. It's got to be a 60-second commercial just to go through all Dan's accomplishments. So what were you going to say, Dan?
Well, Bubba, first for chat,
By the
it's
way,
kind
let
of
me-
making a big deal because you have said before that asking for a point usually gets you -2 points, and
You know what? They are. I usually struggle with chat because they're usually a bunch of dicks, and they're just. But they are correct.
Gwendolyn
I
Joe,
believe at some
20 on the
point.
super chat.
So I mean, chat's
been great this week.
Chat, you've been great this week. This is the support we need to make the show even better. See, chat, when you give us little iggies like that, it helps the show. Rather than I hate Seth. All death to Jews. Jews suck.
Whoa.
Bubba's fat.
They say that's
Lummy's a drunk. Rhett's a stupid effing ginger. Macho Man's on steroids. Hate him.
Well, those are all. There's no lies there.
Bama Boy 352, $20 on the rants. Dr. Dan's the man.
But I'm just saying, we do better with positive support. So here it is, you guys, a deep, deep, deep Iggy that only the true loyal Bubba Army would know, Lummy. Somebody that listens to the show very intently And he's right, or they are right, in the fact that, like, when you beg or ask for a point, I did back in the day when we were establishing some of this nonsense, did say if you beg or ask for a point, that is a -2.
That is correct.
They are correct. And let Brian's score reflect that.
Okay.
So what would that be? He did ask for one.
So he'd be -1 now.
Okay. And where's Dan?
He is +1.
Yeah. Who? And really, the only person that cares about this whole contest is
Dr.
Dan.
Dan.
I'm
Yes,
gonna make
Dan.
sure he wins. This is my birthday gift to him.
No, Brian.
I'm gonna throw the match.
Thank you, Brian.
If I feel like you're doing a job for somebody, you can also get suspended. Let's just not forget that now.
Oh, wow.
So what does a suspension entail?
A suspension entails you're being mischievous or trying to undermine me. Yeah, there you go. Which is very broad, but I'm the judge here at the end of the day. I mean, you think that the judge that ran Donald Trump's trial is stiff?
Bubba Marchand's even worse.
Bubba Clem. But I'm stiff as hell, the rules I run around here.
So that would warrant undermining the show, but then
Yeah.
what would the suspension actually
Yeah,
be?
what
Suspension.
is the suspension?
Listen, this is the ultimate suspension from undermining the show, which is one of the most disrespectful things you can do, is a one show suspension.
Oh, man.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds like a red card.
Yeah, and then so I mean you're canceled for one show.
All right, I'll time that out with my next vacation.
Hey, Zeus, $10 on the super chat. Happy birthday, Dr. Dan.
I mean, that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, I'm just, Seth, I'm scoring it honestly today,
You're killing it. I'll tell you what, Bubba. The listeners are on fire, too. Caviar Tacos just submitted a picture of Babyface that I put up on Twitter and Instagram, the Bubba Army, of Babyface in 7th grade selling Playboy magazines.
Yeah, I'm getting it over to you in a second.
Let me go to words. I'll be right on time then, and we'll come back with that, all right?
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
The protein bars I'm eating are smaller than
They're fucking thin now. They used to be this wide.
Smaller.
Send a letter to Gerald Oates.
I sent it to you, Bubba.
Okay.
You don't,
Nature Valley, you can't get this one past me, man. I'm on your game. Your dirty game, Nature Valley.
It probably cost them 2 cents a bar.
They're a little tiny. They used to be huge.
Yeah, but think about how many bars they make. If they're saving a tenth of a cent per bar.
Now they're.
Then they got enough to kick their mother-in-law out of the fucking house.
What's up, Booker Ticker? Taro Guru?
What's up, Drooper?
Guru.
Good job, Caviar.
Guru, Michelle.
If Merch Crick is listening, I need my calendar.
Yeah, I know where it is, but you want to grab it?
Yeah, will you go get it?
Yep.
Okay.
What an executive producer, man.
I tell you what, man.
Johnny on the fucking spot.
I know it.
If we had a little fucking tip cup today, like if we had to say, just gonna ask you one question before we take your card, we'd be getting gratuities left and right, man.
Quit being so financially aggressive.
I'm not. I'm just telling you that if we were selling smoothies, we'd be getting fucking tipped today, baby. We're on fire. Our puree is on point, baby.
All right. Okay, we got it.
Okay.
Quit begging for, quit begging.
I'm begging, baby. I'm working. You think Neil Malplaisir just wakes up and wants to give money?
He has to be worked.
Pagan's when you're not working. That's working. That's not pagan. That's working.
I'm working.
Let me thank you.
Bubba,
What?
pancake or not?
Has Babyface had them?
No pancakes.
I have had it, but I'm good.
No, I'm good, Dan.
No
I'm good.
I mean,
I love.
but when I say no pancakes, that means you can't have any, Dan.
Oh, that means I can't have him either?
Yeah, like
It's
I
his
can't,
birthday!
Because
Fucking birthday.
Oh, hold on.
We should buy him, Bubba.
You know what? Okay, hold on. I'll take one, but if Lummy wants one, I don't want a full container. I want
You want to share one?
I want top one. Yeah.
The top one's got all the icing.
Hold on.
It's like buying half of a muffin.
No, hold on.
There's no icing.
I want the top of the cupcake.
Hold the fuck on. I'll take the bottom one. I don't give a fuck.
I'll take the bottom one.
I don't give a fuck. I don't
I'll be your bottom.
Listen, I'll take the bottom one. I don't give a fuck. Yes, Dan, order me. I'll take a half, okay?
Okay.
Order me a half.
Dan, say you just want 2 top pancakes.
Dan,
Two separate tops.
Dan, make sure you ask for extra syrup.
They don't have that option, bro.
Oh, okay.
I tried. There's no.
Hold on, I got syrup.
I got syrup here too.
Hold on. I thought I had some.
I got some down here in the New York
No,
side.
that's the fuck. I don't like. It's too thick. No, I got.
This is?
No. Hold on.
That stuff is?
Fuck, I thought I had syrup down
It's
here.
thin.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little thin.
Fuck, where's my
Tastes good,
syrup?
Somebody been messing with your syrup?
Oh.
Oh, you want me to go to Publix real quick?
No, let me.
7:35.
I'll take one of their syrups and then Dan can have them New York shit.
Oh, thanks, dude. Give me your fucking.
No. No. Lummy can have the New York shit.
They've been putting 2 in the containers.
Okay, lover.
I think they heard us.
Hold on, you take the syrup. I'll eat it plain.
Shut up.
Can't we get you're going to do the plain bottom?
Yeah. Let's watch some more 72 more.
The bottom with no lube.
Lummy, you got it, bud. We got you, baby.
I got to do the bottom raw, dude. Just a sweat on my ass.
All right, easy. Dan.
What?
Just chill out.
When are we getting a Metro Diner sponsorship?
All right, now, hold
Joe, happy thank you.
So, Dan.
Yes.
You're not going to be here next Friday.
No, I will be here next Friday. I just won't be here next Tuesday.
All right, hold on. So, next Tuesday is the 4th.
Yes.
And probably not Monday either.
No, I'll be here Monday.
Why? How can you do that?
Because I'm not fucking leaving until Tuesday morning at like 7 a.m.
Okay. So, and then no Friday either, right?
I'll be back for Friday. I'm going back Thursday.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Where are you going?
Fresno, Surf Branch.
Oh, you going
All
out?
right. Well, okay. So,
Yeah.
That's a
hold on.
long way to go.
Then what other time did you need off?
Not until July. And I don't have those dates yet.
Okay. And then, Brian, what was you?
I've got,
I'm going to try to.
I think I got one day coming up.
June.
Yeah,
He's out the 15th and the 22nd.
We got him. But what we got events. We got Juneteenth. We got Tarpon. Then what did we have something else?
Yeah, the other cash cube at the Morgan Wallen concert. July 11th, I believe. Or
Yeah.
July 12th.
Yeah, I may be out July 18th.
You got Bubba live now. If you go through withdrawals later,
Easy fix.
get your fix at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the BRN.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. Thank you very much. So many different ways to support the program. Of course, like the Netflix / mothership of our whole content distribution model starts and stops with Bubba Army HQ. That enables you, if you're a member, 2 different levels of membership there. But if you're a member, you can go back, and either download or stream past shows, like anything we've ever done.
Yep.
If you wanted to hear like the November 15th show of 2007, if indeed that wasn't a Saturday or Sunday, you can go find it. You can also there's a search engine where you can type in like Hulk Hogan or Kurt Angle or
Tucker Carlson.
Stormy Daniels.
Alex Stein.
Oh, Jesus.
No, Stein's not in there because.
Oh, whoa, no. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Don't let him know that. He'll blow my phone up 15 times. Like, hold on. You want to talk about real heat? I got real heat. Like, and
Have you made that right, or do I?
That's caviar tacos.
Caviar tacos. Now, Lummy, can we get that and put it on my back screen as part of the picture wall gimmick?
Yeah, I'll send it over to.
That's pretty funny.
So, did you hear, Dan, that Brian, when he was in middle school, would sell porn and gum? Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. So that's interesting. You're
good side
quite the
hustle.
entrepreneur.
You threatened to blackmail a teacher if she turned him in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're a gangster.
You don't mess with me and my business.
Yeah, you can beat up old ladies. You sell them porn, dude. You're all over the place.
So, Lummy, we got Juneteenth, which is
Yes.
happening at Latin Sons. That is happening on Saturday, the 15th of June. I don't think Dan or Brian are going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
Oh,
What do
you
mean?
are?
Why not?
I
Yeah.
didn't know you were in town.
I'm going to do everything I can to be there.
All right.
I'm really excited about it.
All right, so that's Saturday, June 15th. Mm-hmm. And then we have a Saturday, June 22nd, Tampa Tarpons game. Babyface already said he can't make either.
Yeah, I'm out of town on both. Father's Day on June 15th, we're doing a little family trip, and then June 22nd, we're up in Massachusetts for my friend's event. that
So
they do up
Dan,
there.
Wow, the summer Matroni.
Yeah. So Dan, you're in on
Both.
the June. Oh, both.
I think should be
Even
able to do
even the
both.
Tampa Tarpons.
Yeah.
People like when you show up.
I love going to that thing.
Brian, if you did show up at a few more of these things, the listeners really like that.
Yeah, I don't really want them to like me too much.
Why not?
I like the amount that they like me right now.
He likes his vacation time.
I like the listeners a lot, but
yeah.
I also like golfing and relaxing on my weekends.
Let me. What is the current score right now?
It is currently Dr. Dan 1 and Babyface 0.
Okay. Now, Dan, is your family, because the next appearance for the Cash Cube, well, our first appearance for the Clem's Cash Cube, Diaco Law, whatever the hell we decide to call it, is at Latin Sons. We'll get the actual physical address when you, Seth. I need probably the actual physical address.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're celebrating Juneteenth in the deep South of in the urban community of St. Petersburg, Florida, at the coolest barbershop. It's called Latin Sons. They are Rio and Craig, who are the co-hosts of Seth's inspired podcast, Operation Pigmentation, which people really like. I really like how the podcasting world is very different than our radio world. I like that.
Now, Bubba, I got to warn you on this. Are you guys going to be prepared for the crowd you're going to get? Because I'm telling you right now, I've been in that neighborhood, and when word gets out about what's going on down there on a random Saturday with not much else going on, it will be packed.
You're trying to say that maybe we could do you could have 200 people in line?
No, you could definitely have 200 people
I'm
there.
trying to say when word gets out that there is free food and free money being given away.
Free money.
And it's right down the block. I mean, it's in a very residential area where people literally can walk out of their house and walk down the street to go to see what's going on.
Right.
And I just have a feeling that you guys, if it's is it going to be in the parking lot at Latin Sons?
Yeah.
It's going to get overwhelmed. You guys need to start planning for a much larger crowd than whatever you're planning. Seth can correct me if I'm wrong here.
No, I thought I kind of told Bubba today when he was kind of going over the list of everything that we were going to bring. I said it's a tight spot.
And that's not counting for the human beings that are going to be there.
Now, then I'll cut down the Crown Vic and only bring the smart car, or instead of bringing both the smart car and the Crown Vic, I'll just bring one or the other.
Yeah.
And then my pickup truck. So that eliminates a vehicle.
I'm just thinking you guys may need to get off-duty officers involved at this point.
Now listen, no, because Rio said it best. The hood, polices the hood.
Okay.
And they are the top of the food chain in the hood, Latin Sons. Like they've been there. They're the neighborhood. They're the neighborhood barbershop whose dad owned it before they did. Who it's the.
I just meant
so they have control.
They kind of run the hood.
I just meant for overflow of people onto MLK physically.
I think I sounds like we're going to really put ourselves over, but when you've got people like Sally traveling from Minnesota to go to the barber shop, and there's people that are doing it, but the fact that we're going to be out there, I think that mixed with the fact of how many people are going to come by that live down there because of what's going on.
Absolutely, it could be what you're saying. It could be it
could be mayhem.
Like thousands of people.
I mean, I think a couple hundred would make it look like thousands.
That's what I'm saying, because that spot and where it is on MLK, which it's not super busy traffic wise down that way, but it is a it is a major thoroughfare through there. It's gonna. I'm just trying to picture this, and now that I'm thinking about the cash cube,
But you don't even
we're
understand.
going to get out quickly.
Hold
that
on.
There's money being given
You don't
away.
even understand though. They already got like a couple of their barbecue guys showing up, and like their Italian ice guys showing up, and their ice cream man showing. Like they got all these vendors that are coming too.
So with all those vendors and all that infrastructure, 80 people are going to overwhelm the venue.
Yes.
So 200 people is going to be a firestorm, and so you may need to get some supplemental help.
I'm just saying to figure out a plan to shut. There is a side street that runs down there. I just don't know how many businesses go beyond Latin Sons.
Let me ask you and Dan, if you were to have like a festival, like I know that you can get streets shut off if you go to the city and like make a proposal, and you have to have like an off-duty officer and things like that. But I do know that you can pull a permit to have like a block party or something like that. I think you can. Can you not?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you can. Is it one? Is it expensive? And two, do we?
It's cheap. It just requires a little time and planning.
Right. So, Brian, is there any streets that we could have, blocked off?
I mean, the side street that runs, but the problem is that there is going to be a way to get around it, so I don't think that would be a problem. It's just where it is on MLK. It's right up against the road on MLK, so you have a little bit of space along the sidewalk there, but then if they're spilling out, they spill. It's in an intersection, so they spill out into one of those two streets. Any crowd.
And Bubba, everyone's going to be focused on the cash cube. So you're going to have people looking at the cash cube with their backs towards the street, and they're going to back up and get smacked by a car if there's not some kind of thought on how to prevent that from happening, especially if you have over 100 people. You just can't fit them.
Well, and where are you guys
it's like an
putting
elevator,
your cars?
but too many people.
You guys are going to have to park all on side streets anyways because
they'll all be gone.
Hold on now. So hold on. So then
We're gonna have to helicopter in
if
too.
there's any Bubba Army, that there might be some. There's probably some Bubba Army that's going to show up.
There's going to be a ton of Bubba Army that show up.
And so
I would be shocked if you have less than 50 to 100 Bubba Army show up.
Right.
Plus the locals.
In conjunction with the locals. I mean, it could be, and then
I'm going to guess
Bubba
that
Army,
in total you have 500 to 600 people
and
show up.
It's going to be like trying to find a parking space, at a Rays game, when the Yankees are in town.
Right.
Or I'm just saying, like, is it going to end up being that way where, like, Bubba Army has to park on the side of the streets, like, 2-3 miles away to get there?
Maybe not 2 or 3 miles, but there's, it's parking. I don't know what the parking situation is going to be.
And now
they're
we're
definitely going to be on side streets, and they're definitely not going to be right next to Latin Sons.
And we're infusing a bunch of Bubba Army into the deepest part of the ghetto of St. Pete.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about race relations or anything like that.
I'm just
That's
saying,
not a concern. The concern for me
when
is
Iggy
the
goes
size
in his
of the
pickup
crowd.
trucks on blocks, I mean, Iggy's gonna whip some ass.
I do think that we should plan.
We need. I mean, Seth, this one you think could potentially get away from us? You
Well,
think?
I kind of feel like this is us having a meeting with our legal department and them just kind of letting us know what we need to put a little bit more thought and effort into this. And I appreciate that. I think that's why we have a legal team on staff.
Yeah, we
You
have two
just
of them.
said less than 5 minutes ago the hood polices itself. What happened?
Yeah, but
But you can't police. A hood can't shut a street down because that's illegal.
Listen, a hood can police the fact that nobody's going to rob me. The hood can't police the fact that where you got to park. I mean, like Latin Sons run the hood, but they can't run parking in the hood and run,
There won't be any towing or anything like that. We'll get it. I'll talk to the guys.
I just think that these just need to be considerations. I'm not saying that these are insurmountable obstacles.
Are there roads that we could shut down that would really, really give us more room and cause it to be less of a
just the one that runs in front of Latin Sun, whatever that one is.
Is that a major
No,
road?
it's a side street off of MLK.
Right,
24th Avenue.
24th Avenue.
So, what does it take? Lummy, we probably need to, or Brian or somebody, have us get a hold of the city of St. Pete and see how much it would cost, or what do you have to do to get a street closed off? Because we're having a huge, and we have to tell the city of St. Pete, it's a Bubba Army Juneteenth big, huge festival. Like, we got to make sure that they know that we're just not asking to close. Like, we're doing something for the community here. Like, this is a community service kind of deal. Like, we're not trying to make. This isn't a carnival where we're trying to make a bunch of money. We're giving back to the community here.
Yeah, 24th Avenue South between MLK and Highland. That street would be perfect because it touches the parking lot. It would be flow. It would be continuous, and it would be very safe. It would be the safest way to deal with this.
Could you get the map that Dan's looking at?
Brian's got it.
Well, Brian's got it, and can somehow get it to me. I am.
I sent it to you.
And I wonder what that would. Brian, do you think that's doable with the city of St. Pete?
Yeah,
I got to start today.
I think it can be done. It's one of those things though where what would make me balk is it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission, sort of thing.
And we just go out there with and they
nope.
Did you get it? I sent it.
Latin Sons has a few homies that bring a couple of roadblocks, and they just mysteriously appear.
I think Dan is saying don't do that.
Nope.
All right.
If you guys want to get shut down and kicked out, do that. You guys want to have a perfect party, wall that street off.
All right. So right here, let me. If you were to wall this, and this, just
to the alley,
just that right there.
Is that an alley?
Yeah. This is.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go all the way to Highland. It just has to go to that alley.
Well, here I got the Google Maps pulled up. That
I got
street level.
Can't be better than this.
I'm street level. I'm walking down the street right now.
I don't need to. All I need to do is.
Yeah, you see that? It's obvious.
And here at the end of the day, man,
it doesn't disrupt anybody.
If that, since this is an out, I don't think this is even a
road. There's only 2 homes there, but both of those homes are accessible from Highland, so you're not disrupting those neighbors there.
You could almost block it off here.
That's what we're saying. All the way to Highland, 24th Avenue from MLK to Highland.
Yeah, right. That's the strip you
block
need.
that street, and then you have a 500-man party.
Easy.
And what do we do? All of our stuff is right here, right in Latin, right?
Are you going to have Mach spinning some records out there?
No, listen.
Royalty free, baby.
Don't start getting me down another stupid I got you path.
There's no I got you path.
No, I'm not. I have to make sure.
Who's taking care of the music at the party?
We've already had meetings about this that you weren't privy of.
Oh, okay.
And in order for us not to get a copyright violation, we have to find
royalty free hip hop.
Royalty free
Brian, we're going to be out here at the Juneteenth celebration playing royalty free YouTube friendly hip hop.
Can I give you a bit of advice?
Yeah.
Ask Latin Sun to start gathering up all of the demos that they can find that get passed out in South St. Pete.
Yeah, the bootlegs and stuff, Bubba, they can't get us on because they're not, there's no record label that's going to, strike their stuff on YouTube.
We're not having a mixtape party.
Yeah.
Mixtape party.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother thing that the Latin Sons guys got to do. Start trying to find. Why don't we? It's just easier, guys, to just buy some royalty-free hip hop. If we get clowned for it, we do. I don't think anybody's going to clown for the fact that we're giving away. We got a cash.
No one's going to care about the hip hop.
Nobody's going to care about the fake hip hop.
So we're giving away food.
The only people who are going to care about it is somebody's trying to bust my balls right now.
What's the alcohol situation?
I think I'm bringing some. I think it's I don't know, free, I think.
Whatever you're bringing, it's not going to be enough. So you may want to think about this. That's all.
I might not do any alcohol.
I think everybody brings their own drink and smoke.
I think, I don't think.
BYOB?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious. I'm not trying to be difficult.
We're bringing a $10,000 cash cube.
Right.
And all you have to do to be able to spin the wheel that could potentially win you other prizes if you don't get the cash cube opportunity. But and get inside of our cash cube for 15 seconds and grab, I don't know, up to 100. I mean, we've seen people that grab $100 in 15 seconds. And you got to, so a guy goes down here, he gets in the cash cube and he makes $80. You don't think that just made his Saturday? Dude, just man.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's not going to be well received. I'm saying the opposite of that.
What?
That it's going to be very well received.
I know.
Yeah. It's going to be so well received. It's going to be overwhelmed, and and I think that we just talked it out nicely here.
We're only
we can contact the St. Pete Police Department and get the appropriate permit to shut that street down. I think they will be very cooperative when they realize
what it's
potential, what it's for, and the potential for how easily it could be overwhelmed.
And
we'll probably have to get an off duty,
right?
Which is fine.
Okay, yeah. We'll get it off. Yeah. So how do you start that process?
You go to www.stpete.org police, and they have a special event section.
Lummy, can you and Brian and Seth and Rhett and everybody work on that?
Yeah, I just sent you the link.
Seth, don't
No,
you?
we're doing it as we speak.
Seth, I knew you were. Oh man.
Oh no, that was that.
What I'm saying is like, I mean, like, I hope you're not mad that we're worried. Like, this is going to probably be 15 times better of an event than we like. And I hope you don't get mad or anxiety.
No.
I think shutting this street down is something we got to do. I hope that you don't think that that's.
I think it's a great
found
idea.
the street close. So there's a problem with the St. Pete site is when you click on the street closer permit, I get a server error.
There's a 404 page
Yeah.
I found.
So just call them. Just call them.
Just
It's gonna
keep
be a phone
me,
call.
Let me just keep me off the
I've
deal.
got it.
Just let me know if I need to write a check to city. I'm sure it's going to cost.
I've cut with $50 for a permit.
Hold on, though, Brian. I do have my recognized 501c3 Bubba the Love Sponge Foundation, charity.
Yeah.
And so we could, if it's a foundation or a recognized federal, 501c3, that might change the game with regards to one, them being cool about permitting. It's because it's a nonprofit, and two, it's a nonprofit. Like, it's a nonprofit organization that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
That might help. Should we fill out the paperwork as the Bubba the Love Sponge Foundation 501c3, or do we just fill it out as the Bubba Radio Network? I think we use the foundation. It probably makes us less liable.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely. It puts a
right?
liability on the foundation,
Right.
not on your radio.
How about, hey, Brian, do you kind of got to give me one like that?
Well,
was that not a good legal beagle? You're not going to
a
give
good-
me one, bitch, for that one?
Well, it's a good thought. I don't know that with you promoting it on the radio and hosting it and all of that the foundation would insulate the network, but it's look, as far as whether or not you can get the permit
you
for
know what?
free.
I've been very generous with yours today, and you're being a dick when I try to, so I,
Yeah.
and I wasn't asking for one either, so everybody can F off.
Jargon White Male 25 on the Venmo.
It's actually brilliant to put it in the foundation.
It's brilliant.
I think
it's
so, Bubba.
actually probably the best idea I've ever heard.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's just
brilliant.
brilliant. Because also the foundation can use it as a write-off.
In fact,
Right.
I'm going to say this right now. There's not another DJ in America that would have had that thought. So that was brilliant.
Who's going with regards to the
Exhausting.
Eric Andre gig happening next Friday at the Ritz? It looks like it's
I'm bringing Stein.
Jesus. The Alex Stein situation is almost an entire show in itself.
I don't think you covered it, did you?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I mean, like, I know I got it written down.
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah.
I got Brian's 7th grade pick, food review, Trump closeout, liners, Burke at
God, Bubba, that's 9 shows.
Burke at 9:15. My new chair and how Dan wants to get in it but can't. The 2 emails I got, one from Rusty Shackelford, who hates me, and the other one from Mustang Sally, who loves me. My calendar situation, which we're addressing now, and then finally Alex. So yeah, that's what I got to get. That's my plate there, buddy.
Saving the best for last, Alex. Don't worry about that.
So, Brian, you're going Saturday,
I've
right?
got it's Friday, June 7th, and I've got to clear it. I'm still working on it.
You got to clear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the booker, dude.
I mean,
come on.
You can't commit to a guys' night out with go seeing the great Eric Andre
I was
on a
going to try
Saturday?
and bring my wife as a date and make it a date night.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm bringing the merch, Craig.
Well, so you can't commit to a guy's night out.
Well, no, she was going to run, maybe run my camera. She's my cameraman.
Yeah.
She's not my date. She's
I
my
mean, you could
cameraman.
find a man that's a cameraman.
I thought Red was your cameraman.
He is. Seth, shut up.
What's happening, Bubba?
God.
I don't understand.
Other than, you know what, you're acting like
Babyface.
Babyface's mother-in-law.
I'm rubbing off on you.
You got data that you need to shut up
I'm
with.
just chilling, man. I'm just vibing.
Whatever.
Dan's birthday's this week, and my daughter's birthday's
Dan,
today.
Happy birthday, little Sethy.
Thank you.
So,
just
Dan,
vibing, dog.
I wanted to know, Dan, if you wanted to go to the Eric Andre deal on the 7th, because I think you're in town.
I think that sounds like a lot of fun. I may be able to do that.
All right.
This is the first I'm hearing about it. But
Well, you didn't listen to the show yesterday?
No,
It was an amazing interview. Huge get.
Yeah, my ears hurt.
Do you know who Eric Andre is?
Yes, he's a comedian. He's that goofy guy that did a couple really, really, really bad movies, but he's pretty funny.
What?
Dan, you're talking bad about a guest?
He's a guest? He's a guest?
Hold on.
Yeah,
That's
yes, sir.
almost.
Jesus Christ, Dan.
That's almost insubordination.
No, I didn't know he was a guest.
Let me. What's the worst thing you can do? That's almost undermining of
Suspension?
this.
Yeah, undermining.
I mean, that's almost undermining the show. We have a guest. You talk crap about him. I said he was a guest, and your answer to me is he was a guest, meaning you have no idea what the hell we do.
Bubba, I can't listen to all 4
I know
hours when
you
I'm in
can't,
surgery.
but my
I didn't realize he
Lord.
was a guest. I think he'd be a lot of fun to listen to.
On Z100.
And I've watched the
That's
movies.
a negative too.
Oh,
You know what?
no.
It's an undermining, which gets him thrown out immediately, and that's going to ruin him. Or it's a -2. It's a very much a disrespectful move. Puts him at a -2.
Bubba's going to be on the show with him on
Yeah,
that Friday night. He's the special guest.
And what did I do? My mindset is let me invite my best friend, and then my best friend takes a crap all over my guest, takes a crap all over the show, and doesn't even know who we're talking about.
Stepped on landmine.
You did. You're lucky you only got a -2 and not an undermining. That's all I got to say for you, because that's really not cool at all.
I didn't realize he was a guest. I didn't realize it was that integrated.
Kind of like, remember you're talking
Yeah,
crap
I know.
about
I
our
remember.
chiropractor.
I remember.
He's one more
remember.
conversation from being one of Bubba's best friends.
He's my buddy. So anyway, I'm not even gonna go through my calendar. I'm not going to even incorporate people. We our core little group of people, me, you, Seth, Rhett, Macho Man. You know,
I said I
merch
said I
trick.
was in, and we have 2 sets of tickets to give away today. Compliments of Hunter Law.
Yeah, so we'll give those tickets away here in a little bit. Let's address my chair.
Yeah. Dr. Dan loved it.
Did you sit in it, Dan?
I can't believe you're just a slot for your arms and a slot for your legs and feet and calves, and I mean it was very comprehensive. I was dying. I really, 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 really wanted to turn it on.
I know you did.
I mean,
You
I
just
really
can't.
wanted to turn it on.
And
It was really tough.
The reason is this, and listen, I'm not selfish with anything. I really am not, but I'm kind of old school where, like, if I got something, let me cool. I don't want like everybody in the world using it because you start wearing it out eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, you know, like my e-bike or my golf cart. Like, if I was letting people drive it all the time, eventually it just gets worn out.
Well, there's certain things you don't want to share, and I can understand not sharing like a tanning bed with random people. I can understand like a massage chair, a pillow.
Yeah.
There's certain things.
Yeah.
It's not quite a toothbrush, but still, it's not quite a toothbrush, but still, I can understand that, Bubba. You don't want people funking it up.
Yeah.
And I said that with the F-U-N-K.
And it really, really is going to really cause a lot of problems around here because Seth was so overwhelmed by it yesterday that I thought he was Bert Kreischer. He just in the middle. I've never seen this type of reaction from him ever. As he's laying in the chair and it's giving him this massage, and I think it's like squeezing his ankles and his arms.
No, it's working my lower back and
It's working his lower back down by his tailbone.
where all my stresses are.
And he's got this music pipe through that's right in your ear. and it's like-
Royalty-free spa music.
Why with no shirt, though?
So
Why would you
hold
do
on,
that?
shut up! I'm telling you. And he's so overwhelmed with emotions and there's just so many. He's just having just such an unbelievable experience that he just takes off his shirt in the middle of nowhere.
Sweating in your chair.
Oh my God!
I can say he was sweat free.
He was.
You remember?
He was dry. He was dry. He
You
was
remember
dry.
24 hours ago, nobody was allowed to touch the chair?
I know.
You put his flesh all over?
Should I send you the photo, Bubba?
FJ Bar
Send-
75 $20.
Oh, there's a
Send
photo
it-
of you too, Brian.
Send it to Lummy. To I am. Oh, listen, don't ever send anything to me. Send to Lummy. Know the chain of.
I
Content.
don't want that picture making the rounds like that Mike Caltafupa picture.
Know the change of content command, and when you get something, don't clutter me up. Send it to Lummy
Give it to
to
your
get
EP.
to me.
Yeah.
Because he can get it to me.
Let me that
so-
picture
so
needs
that
to
I
be
can-
filtered. I'm too pasty and hairy. Please let my people work on that before we approve it.
Yeah. So,
I'll get the tenny
Seth says
Put
he
the
needs-
Los Angeles
send
tint on it.
Send it to his PR guy that will filter it and AI it.
I'll
and-
look like Zac Efron before that picture makes it public.
Exactly.
So-
So Seth is enjoying this. About 5 minutes in, he just peels off his shirt. He's just sitting there, just shirtless, and I'm like, that is this massage chair that I got. Brian? What's it called? I don't even know what it's called.
It's called the.
It's the. By the way, it's the number
Whole
one.
Body Rove Human Touch Plus.
Yeah, maybe you can send me a link that.
Wow.
I remembered that.
Hold on. What is it again? Called again?
The Whole Body Rove Human Touch Plus.
I can't write all that down. I'm going to have somebody send me a link to
Very cumbersome name.
the what is it?
Whole Body Rove Human Touch Plus.
So I got one of these, okay? And Merch Crick gets in it. And she's like, I mean, literally, like for the 10-second demo. And she's like, oh my God.
I think I sent it to you, Bubba. The link at least.
So I finally get in it on Sunday. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be, Johnny Oversell here, but this thing, okay, here we go. Do I just click on one of them?
Yeah, I think they're all the same. The Human Touch Whole Body.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me see. So I get in this damn thing, and then she goes, and that's exactly what I got.
It's the little touchscreen on the right.
That's exactly what I got.
Yep.
And Dan, see, you lay your phone right there, and it charges your phone.
Oh, that's cool.
And this isn't one of those mall ones, okay, people?
No, hold on. And I'm not even trying to tell you to buy one. I'm just telling you, I got one. And by the way, I didn't buy it. I'm not going to really tell you how I got it, but I got one.
You said someone was interested in sponsoring the show.
Well,
that's what you said yesterday.
Somebody's in. This is the preliminary. This is the preliminaries. I think we might get a sponsorship with these guys, but we might not. But nonetheless, first one of a long time, Lummy.
Yes, it is.
This company sends me this thing.
It reclines too?
Oh no! Not only does it
Zero
recline,
gravity.
it goes to zero gravity where you're like parallel.
Oh my
and
God!
So Merch Crick's just going like, oh yeah. I mean, maybe you can send me one like somebody YouTubing them sitting in one.
When Seth went zero gravity, all his body hairs just started floating around.
Yeah. So I got one of these things, and so I get in it on Sunday, and I'm like, oh my God! And then I instantaneously tell the Merch Crick, I'm like, don't tell the employees about this because they're all going to want to be sitting in it. And I don't want people sitting in it, just me and you. Well, somehow, way, shape, or form, she blabs it to Flake Boy over there.
That's me.
and Flake Boy yesterday, all during the show. Hey, Sponjo, am I going to get to sit in your chair? Am I going to sit in your chair, Sponjo? Sponjo, Merch Crick said I could sit in the chair. 10 minutes between the two shows could really get me going, Sponjo. So I'm like,
I sent you the video of the chair.
All right. So I'm like, okay, Seth. After the show, we'll
to decompress.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get you. We'll see if we can get you set up here. I don't really know how to run this thing like the Merch Crick does. She read the instructions. I didn't.
It was very evident.
Courage, relaxation.
Well, you let Babyface get his rocks off, and then I hopped in after. I got sloppy seconds.
But here's the deal. So we go there, and you instantaneously, I'm like, take your shoes off, and you're like, oh my God, I got to take my shoes off. These are brand new
John Morant's.
I'm not taking. I'm like, I can't do it with my shoes on. I can't do it with my shoes on. But while he's over
my
there,
buddy Phil Madraws bought me these.
While he's acting like a little bitch, Babyface kicks off his loafers and says, I'm in. And he jumps his little 168-pound ass in there.
It's easy to take off Nautica boat shoes. These Jaw ones you got to unlace.
So Babyface just jumps in there. And so I said, and then, of course, Seth starts bitching about it. Sponjo, oh my God, like for real, like it's supposed to be me. I'm like, you were acting like a little bitch. So bitching about your shoes. So you're gonna have to let Babyface get his massage. So, and I didn't want each one of you guys to get a massage so that you like it so much that you're going to be begging me for one. I wanted you to get one so that you know when I talk about how uneffing believable this is and how this is like the greatest massage chair. Like, even if they're not, hey, even if we don't work out a deal and I don't end up being a spokesperson for these people, this is the baddest ass chair I've ever been in.
You were like a drug dealer, Bubba, that gave us the first hit for free.
Right.
Now you're going to be complaining that we're coming back around for more.
So, Lummy, I'm trying to keep traffic off the chair while the people understanding how unbelievable the chair was. And Brian, over to you first.
It was incredible. So,
and by the way, these aren't people that tell me what I want to hear. Brian would love to have something faulty to say about that chair. That's where he's.
Well, here's what I'll say: is read the user manual, because Bubba hit every button which way but Tuesday and could not figure it out. Mercury comes down, hits one button, and all of a sudden I'm right in heaven.
Oh my God!
It's so the way it positions your body. It has all these sensors built into it, so it knows where to get you exactly to zero gravity based upon your body position. So you have the least amount of pressure on all of your joints as you're laying.
Yeah, it
there
goes
in the
like
chair.
sideways.
And then the rollers, I mean, it gets the bottom of your feet. It gets your calves. It gets your arms. There's heat. There's music.
The Whole Body Rove offers a unique high-performance massage with an L-track that runs the entire length of your spine all the way down to your glutes. And an S-track.
Yeah, it gets on your butt.
It gets your glutes, too.
It does. It gets your ass.
Oh, it felt so
good. And it gets your calves.
Points throughout the body with strategically placed air cells to release muscle tension for ultimate pain relief. Once you have chosen your program, let the Whole Body Rove glide back into zero gravity to elevate your legs above your heart, which is the position that doctors recommend as
Legs up in the air. Yeah, pull them up in the air, man.
Healthiest way to sit, thus placing you in an optimal position to increase blood flow and get the most out of your massage.
Yeah. So anyway.
Seth, is it better with the shirt off or on?
Oh, it's better with it off.
So, Bubba, I got my shoes off, and I'm about to take my shirt off. Here's my deal.
Dan.
I'll trade you a top pancake for 3 minutes in the chair.
Dan.
Oh, Bubba.
How about that?
I think you got to take it.
Shoes off.
Bitch, I got my pancake coming regardless. I should try to get you for Hogan-type extortion. What am I?
Have my syrup.
What are you, Matt Lloyd over there? Trying to extort me on my own stuff?
Bubba, it's his birthday. Let him eat a pancake in the chair.
You know what? Because what do I get you, Dan?
Give him the bell.
Give me love.
Everybody shut up. I'm answering my own question here. Dan's birthday's on Sunday. Dan arguably is one of my best friends, but I can't get Dan anything that he really wants. I can't. I actually did speak to Dan on the phone yesterday because he was checking on Janie Cakes. That's how, we play Dan to be a dick, but Dan is really one of the most kind-heartedest people ever. He's calling about my mom and then he said, listen, I'm going to get a hold of Tara, have her send me pictures. I want to keep on top of this in case that skin flap would infect or something like that, so keep me posted. So Dan was calling me for that. I'm like, Dan, thank you so much. And then I just in a smart ass type way said, Dan, your birthday's on Sunday, what do you want? And he goes, an airplane. and I go, Dan, okay, nice. Thanks for checking on Janie. I'll see you at the show tomorrow. Okay, see you later. But that's what he asked for.
At least he's honest.
I mean, yeah. I'm like, Dan, okay, Dan, whatever. So Dan, I'm going to tell you what. Now, let me. We got to get a hold of Merch Crick. I don't know where she's at. If she might be upstairs. I don't know. She could be fighting with a FedEx driver. You don't understand. Merch Crick got so up in a FedEx driver's face.
She said I can't believe it.
Listen to this.
She's an aggressive little firecracker.
No, listen to this. It's so bad.
When Bubba winds her up.
She got so up this guy's ass, like so rude, screaming at him, and she.
Did the Mexican come out of her?
Yes. The Mexican came out of her.
Wow.
And I mean, other than she kept. Well, thank God she didn't take it to the. I mean, she's been known to escalate it clear to firearms. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean,
beheadings.
I mean, she is. Woo.
Yeah, they cut your head right off.
So she has a shipping issue with our Operation Pigmentation, the bigger sizes we have on order that literally the manufacturer's been saying it was dropped off. Last Wednesday at 12:25, and Merch Crick's like, we don't have these packages. And I'm looking at the blink, and at 12:25 there was. She sees all that. The entire. Listen, there's not a lot of places that are cambered up here at the studio, but all of the outside, all four corners of the building, the gate. Back by the goats, we got cameras everywhere on the outside.
Everywhere.
Like a motion detector, too. So, like, if the gate opens up at 3 a.m. because, Lummy's getting back from you and Ashley traveled, somewhere by plane.
Yeah.
You know how you guys, like...
We use this as airport parking.
You should.
Do those cameras pick up audio?
No.
Okay, good.
No. So, but Dan, when you fly to Ocean City and stuff, you should park
for those
here.
longer trips. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, because the Uber's cheaper than parking.
way.
And then you get dropped off right at the front door.
Right, and you're not schlepping any, like you're literally just getting an Uber and going right to the front door, hitting the gate code and walking in. That's it.
And this goes for the Bubba Army too, not just
No,
people.
it does not.
It does not. Okay.
No, it does not.
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't know.
No, it does not.
I didn't know we were being. Sorry.
But Bubba, think about
hold
the
on,
extra
but hold
money
on.
you can make.
But hold
Use
on.
this place as
No,
airport parking on the weekends.
No,
You can fit 20 cars.
Hey, listen. You could pay the airport $80 or just pay me $40.
And
right?
Merch Creek will drop you off at the gate.
Right.
Well, I'm at awful shuttle service too.
Yeah.
She gonna be topless?
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
wow. I'm signing up.
if it's hot out,
Yeah. So, Bubba,
so anyway, hold on. So Dan, as your birthday present, if I can get to Merch Creek to come down here and you can get 10 minutes on it, and including because we have Brian here today, you could do it while we're on the air. We'll start your session for when we're doing a commercial break, and then it'll go 5 minutes into our break, and then you can just come in join us on air after having just experienced your massage.
Perfect. I'm ready.
From your human touch whole body Rove massage chair.
She's sure.
Pancakes are
yeah.
here. Pancakes are here. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Well, we can't.
I mean, they're still your pecs are still tight. I wouldn't call them pancakes.
I mean,
come on, that's borderline. Oh,
Morning Zoo on Z100.
that could have gone either way.
don't argue.
All right.
Don't argue and don't beg.
All right. No argument.
It's because Dan looks too good right now to even make a joke. I mean,
Lummy, what is
so tan and ripped.
He is.
Dan, now hold on. Dan, I would think that since the pancakes are here, buddy, we would consume the pancakes, maybe go back into the show, and then have your chair session maybe a break or two from now.
Well, Dan wants to show off his abs. Why would he eat pancakes before getting in the chair?
Well,
I can eat pancakes. I'll be fine.
He didn't. Yeah, I mean he's a genetic
freak.
Yeah, for real. Even Jimmy Cleavis, a guy who knows more about the human body as far as weightlifting and protein and what you eat and eating clean and growth levels and Jimmy knows all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Even
he's got nutrition and down.
Yeah, right. And so even Jimmy is like, Dan, I can't explain Dan. A guy that used to smoke a pack a day, a guy that can literally go out to eat every night, but still run an Ironman, do a 26-mile run, a 100-mile bike ride, and a 3-mile swim if he started training for it 8 weeks from now. He's just a freak of nature.
Dan was
he's the only
full load baby.
He's the only guy that literally goes out to and eats too much to the being uncomfortable, but still has abs. How many times, Lemmy, have we gone to Orlando and Dan just gorges himself
every time
at Arby's?
Arby's candy, anything.
Yeah, at Arby's, and then when we go, to our gig for Florida Man Radio, Dan somehow ends up taking his shirt off and he's got abs.
That's right. Yeah.
Dan's like Bert Kreischer. He takes his shirt off. That's the validation of Dan having fun. But
Will Ferrell.
But that emotion,
every movie.
that emotion overcame Seth yesterday. He's like, Seth starts getting into this chair. Well, Seth, tell me about your chair experience.
Well, it really increased my blood flow.
And you naturally,
I sent you the picture too.
And you naturally, Seth, don't want to put things over. Naturally, your starting point this sucks usually, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to be more positive. So I mean, yeah, Bubba.
Oh yeah, this is the new press shot right there.
There it is.
Seth's like, let me have that for my new screensaver. Seth's like, that's my new Instagram photo immediately.
I thought it was me for a second.
That is you.
Lummy, can you send me the undoctored one?
No, don't do the undoctored.
Come on.
It's not very flattering.
It's really not that bad. He's not very fat
actually,
at all.
he looked better than I thought he would.
Listen,
guys.
I will say that.
Okay, let's not play this game.
Seth took his shirt off, and I was actually like, wow.
Yeah, it's not.
He doesn't have man tees.
Well, I mean, Bubba, come on.
I mean, well, maybe it was the way you were laying down. It made you look thin.
I know.
You look good. You look good.
Like I would if I looked that good.
Well,
Okay,
You're not going to reverse the zombie down this one on me about if you looked good. I'm not Dan, okay?
No, you're not.
I'm dad bod Kush over here.
I know, but you know what? Within the dad bod world,
I could thrive. Yeah, I could thrive.
You're on the upper side of the dad bod.
The COVID not eating for 5 days helped me out a lot. I've been eating a lot of flavored Tootsie Rolls lately.
You're on the hot side of the dad bod.
You in New Balances in front of a grill, topless. That is where it's at.
All right, so let's eat the pancakes.
Yeah, they're here.
Hold on. Seth, I think you, to close out your massage chair experience, it really literally, even if we become a spokesperson for this company or not, is it not the most unbelievable massage chair that you've ever?
It was orgasmic. I wish that 4 people weren't staring at me as I was enjoying myself. But listen, if we need to do a little voyeurism to get the clicks,
like if you were in a private room, and you would maybe have enjoyed yourself even more.
Because I like to let out oohs and ahs, and I just didn't feel totally comfortable doing that yesterday.
Brian, your experience.
You could just tell by the look on my face.
Oh, it's a game changer.
Oh, it's the picture I put on Instagram where people thought he was dead.
I was just so relaxed.
Send that one to me
as well. It does look like a vampire.
The robe's dynamic bend and stretch functionality positions your body to pull and elongate your muscles. This full body stretch provides unprecedented leg and spine relief, increasing blood flow to the vertebrae.
Warren, I know we're running late.
I didn't know if no one said anything. No one answered me.
Well, I'm telling you now.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling me we're running late. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's eat some pancakes.
If you want to deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
Of a chair that he already has.
You got the free chair, baby.
He wants another one.
No, would everybody please stop, please?
Please.
Oh, man.
Please. Let me get me that sound check, that break immediately. Oh, man. What a time to be alive.
Man, what a day.
Massage chairs, felon presidents, Dan's birthday, pancakes. This is just what it's all about. This is the American dream.
Oh. Of course, I like being the bottom. Wait, here. This is for Bubba. I know, he wanted to.
Hey, Seth.
Yes, sir.
I got a bunch of people on the street closure, but I sent you the copy as well to make sure that Latin Sun knows that we need to do that. We absolutely got to do that.
Okay.
And we'll pay for it. We'll pay for it. But I got Merch Crick found the form. So between Brian, Lummy, and Seth, let's get this done.
Just let me know what I got to do.
You talking about permits?
Yeah.
I got to,
I'm sorry I brought it up. I probably should.
No, hold on.
That was probably smart.
No, Brian.
Well, I just thought
if we don't do it, it's gonna.
You're going to get so many people. Word's going to get around quickly that there's a dude giving out cash down the street.
Exactly.
Right. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Even in your neighborhood, you'd go and look and see what's going on.
Anyone would.
Right. If your little
all
kid,
you have to do is walk outside.
If your little kid was driving her bike around the neighborhood and she saw this, she would come back and tell you, Mommy, Daddy, hey, there's this. I don't know. There's this guy, and there's all kinds of people, and they're giving away free money inside of a bouncy house.
Yeah. No, I had the thought as
Stephanie, we need to go. Are the Johnsons having
and then Craig, when I was in the barbershop, he's talking about how he has a barbecue guy coming out, and he's got a snow cone guy coming out, and I'm like, there's going to be, just with the vendors alone and the setup alone, that's going to take up 80% of the space.
Well, we're going to have to take the vendors and run them up the street. We're the only ones that can be in the parking lot.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea to get that side, to get people waiting for food and stuff, because otherwise Latin Sons is... And is Latin Sons going to be open for business that day?
No.
Oh, fucking A.
No.
They're going to be cutting hair.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're not closing on a Saturday. They're not giving up a day of revenue.
Yeah. They're busiest
day. And what about the other businesses? The crab people are okay with it?
The other buildings in the plaza really are.
But that's why you need the snow cone and the barbecue down the street, so you're not cutting into the crab business. Those crab people will make good money that day.
Did you say what exact time for everyone? Like for Bubba Army people to show up?
For airport parking?
Yeah. What?
That was
No, for
hilarious.
Latin
For
songs.
Latin songs.
What time should
What's
they
one
start?
and two?
I thought
We're going 1 to 3.
1 to
What are
3.
they-
Okay. I don't think we said that.
So show up at noon. If you say 1 to 3, they'll be there at 12.
That's my thinking.
Thanks, Felix. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, she's 7 today.
So then we're gonna do another break
17, I can't
at
imagine.
8:20. And then at 8:20, you go in and get in the chair,
Okay.
and then go your 10 minutes, full 10,
Okay.
and then we'll already be back on the air.
Okay.
Just come on in, don't slam the door, and then give us your.
Okay. Cool. I already got fucking.
And you'll be able to.
He said not to take it off. Yeah.
Hey,
You'll be a professional.
You'll be able to talk about whatever bones are hitting and like you'll be able to
I'll talk about it.
medically
I'll talk
say
about it.
got on my fucking.
And I'll put it over. Hey, Bubba. I know you're not about to guess. I have no idea.
Oh, it's all good, dude. What's up, man? Just us.
Hi. How you doing, buddy?
You
I
better
would-
have 50 in my pocket.
I wish you'd put over that we're better friends than people think we are.
Well, I mean, what do you? I don't think anybody's questioned our friendship.
But
I think that they know. I think they know that you love me.
But I think they don't actually know that like we're really good friends.
No,
I just fluffed up that chair for Dan.
I mean,
couple knots.
I mean, I mean, you want to tell them about how I've reached out to you? Am I crying? In my darkest times? I mean, I have.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Missed part of the show? We got you covered at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to Bubba Live Worldwide.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show. Yeah, everybody's talking about Trump, and we started. We opened up the show, and then of course, our drama and the things that we're doing in life are far more important than any national story, especially about the former president.
Well, we're gonna have the Shannon Burke on at 9:15, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
thank
Well,
you.
he's going to want to talk about it then. So we're bookending the show
Oh,
with
yeah, you're
Trump.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
But I don't think Dan will. But is Jay going to be? Don't Jason Costa?
Joe will be here today.
You guys are all headed to Costa eventually, aren't you?
He goes all the time. He just got back.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm. He hadn't been there. He only been there like twice in 6 months. And when you own property, you can't just visit it once every 6 months in a foreign country. You gotta pay a little closer
You got
attention.
to make sure
to
the
it.
guy's weed whacking. You got to make sure, right?
There's leaks. I mean, there's all kinds of things that can happen. Just
Now, is Jay's house got like a big gate with a
yeah.
like I'm
Jay
saying,
built the wall.
What I'm saying is like if you go to some of these countries like Belize and Costa Rica, they're great vacation spots for real rich people like you, but real rich people like you usually have a kind of a standalone house that has a big huge gate and heavy surveillance over all of it, and then actually have a local that you pay to take care of it and keep his eye on it.
It's exactly what Jay does.
And
He's got
Jason's
people that he's known for 20 years that help him.
And he sends those guys, $300, $400, $500 a month,
Right.
which is like about sending like $5,000 over from like to them, the way their money is structured, right? Like
And Jay's a really thoughtful person. And here's something I like to tease Jay a lot, but one thing he did do, because he has a family that he's known for 20 plus years that helps with like maintenance of the house, oversees things, checks on it, cleans it,
And he pays
calls
them.
her, and he pays her. And if there's any problems, she coordinates, repairs, things like that. But during COVID, Costa Rica is a very tourism dependent country. Like one of their biggest really resources is tourism. And when COVID hit, they shut down. And so all the people in his community were financially suffering. Because
and they're looking at Jay's right front window on his bedroom and said, I'd like to take that out and sell it to market for $80.
So to prevent anything like that from happening, Jay proactively,
almost like looting. They would like loot you.
Right,
I mean,
that can happen. Or squatting is big in Costa Rica. Squatting is huge.
Right.
There's the squatters' rights are like L.A. I mean, it's incredible.
Right.
But Jay financially helped his whole community while he was during COVID.
Really?
While he wasn't able to go, he made sure that all the people he knew were taken care of.
I got to think you send $1,000, you could take care of the whole village.
Well,
it's I mean, I'm not trying to be Johnny Big Spender or not, but I'm just saying, like, you know, a little bit goes a long way over there, right? Like you give a guy $100 in Costa Rica, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
It used to be. I don't know how it is today, but
Bubba
money
sent a
definitely
family,
goes further there than it does
Bubba
here.
sent a family of bottle of Bubba Army Alpha, and he said, feed your family for the next year.
Speaking of
So everyone in his community is wearing Dan Hero shirts, too.
Right, perfect. We need to send some QR code bumper stickers and koozies over there, too.
There you go.
Some solid Costa Ricans, you know, becoming Bubba Army. Lummy, so I have two people here that own businesses, and I wanted to ask them a question. Do you guys provide, like, you know, beverages for your employees?
You know, that's actually a good topic to come up because
hold on, because there's so many people that are our type of people that have a business, you know, of people that work indoors at your office or whatever, that, you know, like Dan's legal building. Dan's
got a water fountain.
Dan's
we have a hose outside.
Dan's security center, and then Brian, your law office.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then my business where I have 5 or 6 people here, and you know, I for the most part have over the years provided bottled water, you know, snacks, things like that, paper towel. You know, but so Lummy, do you remember a couple days ago where right at the tip of the bar,
Yeah, you had like 5 bottles.
there was 5 bottles of water.
Yep. Half drank.
And I meant to talk about it the next day on the air, but I forgot, and it's since been removed. Merch Crick, who does the trash.
I cleaned off I was trying to clean off the trash.
Well, you know. Everybody here seems to please be mindful of your trash and don't leave stuff around. But so Lummy, I found 5 like they were like a couple of them were like a person had taken 1 or 2 sips out of, like, you know, 7/8 full. A couple of them were half, and I'm like, this is exactly why I don't want to provide beverages to my employees, because they just drink about 1 or 2 sips and then leave them strewn. Like, they don't even throw them away. And so like
I don't think it's employees, because there's a small staff, and like Macho doesn't drink water here. Seth has his own core water. I don't drink the water here.
I have my own.
Do we have our own conspiracy theory as to who we think it is? Or?
I think it comes from like when we had 199s. If like we have guests, maybe I'm not blaming Gene, but like a Gene, a Tuttle. Maybe some of the podcast guys.
Sounds like you're blaming Gene, but you
Anyway,
named him first.
Listen.
Are you blaming the black men?
Let me.
Gene is black, yeah. And Tuttle is.
Gene's black. He is black.
Yeah.
So so maybe potentially from our guests.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's be mindful of that, please. And Dan, do you and Brian have the same problem? And do you get mad when you see half-drank bottles of water around your business?
At the law firm, the fridge is filled with drinks for everybody, and the medical office also has food and drinks for everyone. So I don't let it get to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really see a lot of like random 2-sip bottles are left around, because that would irritate me. I hate when people leave their stuff around. It's disrespectful.
Dan's
it's
rich. Over to Brian.
Yeah, we have water and coffee. We don't do soft drinks so much. But
Michelle Obama. Trying to get him out of our schools and offices.
I know, isn't that evil?
Really is.
All right, well, it's a pretty much a non-topic. I'm the one that's hurting the most. When I see a half-drank water bottle, it pisses me off.
It pisses me off too, Bubba. I understand.
But I also want to thank Scout and Big Gulp for buying the waters for everybody.
Oh my God, Scout and Big Gulp, they pretty much stocked us up for the next couple months. Thank you so much.
That's why I was kind of wondering about where this was coming from,
So
Bubba.
maybe Scout. Let's get Scout and Big Gulp's opinion on their waters being out.
Do we have to drink a full one?
No,
or can we?
I'm indirectly sticking up for them, saying, "Hey, we got great listeners that provide this stuff for us, and let's not be wasteful. So let's just be mindful, not to be wasteful."
Yes.
See, there you go. Thanks. So anyway, Lummy, I went and did a food review. I'm like, don't be lazy. I'm going to go out and grind, get content. Rhett got content while he was in Daytona. Tuttle's content was horrible. Would everybody at least agree to me that I wasn't necessarily being tough or mean on Tuttle, and that footage he gave me was a big nothing burger? And
I think that's what was funny about it.
Yeah, it was very time wasteful. I don't think it was funny. I don't think it was funny.
You didn't think it was like bad?
No, meaning if you're gonna give me something, make it good enough that I can play it on the air and it be show worthy, or don't give me anything at all.
Well, or what if it's bad enough that you can play it on the air, like that parody we got the other day?
Are you talking about Carlos's again?
Yeah.
Man, beating up the minor leaguer. 4 weeks ago.
I'm just going to let that one go. Lummy, I went and did a food review yesterday. I just want to give you a couple little high spots. Again, go to our YouTube channel because we have a whole set of stuff over there that you can't pretty much find anywhere. Like the food review, the goat review, Lummy's goat report. We got some various shorts that Gary Cantrell has cut off. We got a bunch of good stuff over there. And of course, you can watch almost every show that we've done. Every terrestrial radio show is available visually as well.
Yep.
So you can go back and watch that. So, all right, we're on State Road 54. My sister told me about this. This is kind of up where I used to live in Odessa. And I think it's a national... Let me always drive of course, Adam from Fenderworks, Crown Vic. National chain. It's called Juicy. Of course, I completely boomed myself out. Right, I don't completely.
You can see the Merch Cricks jugs in your glasses reflection.
It's a national chain. Let me see. It's called Juicy. Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Speaking of Juicy,
I think it's called
Juicy.
I thought it was called Juicy Magoo's, and really it's called Huey McDo's. Juicy Magoo's.
Or Magoo.
Or Huey Magoo's.
I think he put that sound effect in.
Rhett, that's great production. Rhett, thank you.
Oh, wait till you get to the drive-thru.
Great work. Something like this, and I hope I am getting it right. By the way, sponsored by Fat Heads Eyewear, Adam from Fenderworks, and Travis from Semi-Auto Glass. By the way, for those scoring at home, except for the little things like he just put the Huey Magoo's, logo. I do all the editing.
We saw that transition.
I can't take credit for the iconic swoosh sound effect.
Come on,
put
man.
yourself over, cuzzo.
Watch this swoosh. This is pretty damn good. I'm getting pretty good on
Let's see.
I'm getting pretty good on iMovie, bitch.
I'll be the judge of that.
Fire Rhett right now, then, Bubba.
Come on. Come on, guys.
That's what awesome. A transition.
That's not my responsibility. I'm supposed to be the quarterback. Please.
You're going to be up for a YouTube for best editing in a food review.
Boom. Look at that.
That's the best.
Look at that. Look at you. And Travis from Semi-Auto Glass. Boom. All right, all right, here we go. So that was a pretty good little swoosh, wasn't it? Please. Oh, I guess it's called Huey McDo's. Huey McDo's.
Huey McDo's.
And then Rhett puts in what it's really called as like a Huey. Like a Price is Right kind of name. McDo's. Huey McDo's. Huey McDo's. So here's the thing: is I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not, a boomer, or
yes,
I'm not.
You are.
No, hold on.
You absolutely are.
Listen, would you listen to me? I'm solidly a Gen Z guy. I'm right there on the borderline of I'm between boomer, just pure age wise. Dan, you and I are tweeners
between boomer and Generation X.
Right, Gen X. We're
actually officially Gen X.
We're really, really, really old Gen Xers.
Right.
Or really, 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 really super infant baby boomers.
Yeah, and if you think about it, I mean, people weren't having post-World War II sex in the 60s. We're Generation X.
Yeah, and here's the deal, man, okay? Listen, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. By noon, that's the time that I'm shooting this, 11:30, 12 o'clock. I mean, I've done a show. I've dealt with Seth. I've done a bunch.
You're sundowning.
I've done a bunch of radio work. I've made some big time decisions.
This is like your 7:30 at night, Bubba.
Yeah, he's
right?
sundowning. It's like when the old people get really kind of stupid at the end of the day.
Right. There you go. I'm sundowning. I get stupid at the end of the day.
He's looking right at the sign and he still says it wrong.
But here's the deal. Like my special proprietary cocktail blend. My morning blend. I have a night blend and a morning blend.
Yeah.
And my morning blend, by like 11:30, 12, I'm kind of getting foggy a little bit. The way I got it dialed in. Like I'm not quite.
Like you've lost that edge.
I'm completely I'm just.
But you haven't thrown on the Iron Curtain to put you to sleep yet. You just lost your boost.
Right. So anytime from 11:30 on, I'm kind of on a buddy tire.
Mm-hmm.
By noon to 6, I'm on a buddy tire. I can get there. Just don't expect it to be fast or efficient.
Hello, welcome to Huey Goose. Can I get a name for the order?
Bubba.
What can I get started for you?
What comes on the Magoo sandwich?
It comes with pickles and the Mickey sauce.
Okay, can I get that with fries and no pickles?
All right, and did you want the chicken ham breaded or grilled?
Breaded, please.
All right. And did you want a drink?
Yeah, can I get a large Dr. Pepper? Oh, it was a fountain Dr. Pepper with a small ice.
You drove off without it?
Yeah, I went out without
What?
I'm so
forgot it.
All right, anything else?
Such a boomer.
No, ma'am.
All right. That will be $13.89 at the window for you.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
then they yell at the drive-thru that they never gave it to him.
All right, so we're at hit the curb.
Oop.
Hit the curb.
Like a boomer.
Watch this transition.
All right, so we're at Yeah,
Whoa!
Brett,
Slide in.
Rhett gets hard at some of my editing. He's like, my God.
Honestly, it makes my job so much easier on these food reviews. I really do appreciate the pre-editing.
Let me look at the little bipod.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Perfect ISO.
Look at that.
Oof.
It does. If I you're right though, Red. If it makes it probably 60% easier for you.
Yeah, it just saves a lot of time. So I do appreciate it. I know it takes a lot of time.
No, it does. I can do it. It's no problem. It's no problem.
I'm not
But
gonna
Rhett, you're also happy because that means you're not going to get yelled at for the editing.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Actually, all he did by putting in the right thing just made it that much funnier. All he can do at this point is make it better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if we wouldn't have had those like the logos in there.
What's the name of the restaurant?
This is half as funny. How you doing? Good. I do a food review on my YouTube. Now, I want everybody to understand, I'm not bragging here, but you have to kind of tell. No, but you got to tell these people while you're taping them, or they get a little squirrely. Okay. So if you you just have to. You got to say, the reason why I'm taping you is because I do a food review, and then that kind of puts them at ease for the most point. For the YouTube channel, nice. The Bubba Army. Have you been here before? No, we have not. I'm trying to. I'm giving her the evil eye. I'm like, you give me some bumper stickers. I need some bumper stickers.
Oh, is that what that look was?
Yeah.
I want some bumper stickers.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't have interpreted it.
Look at this look.
I saw the look.
So
I just didn't understand it.
By this time, I have my credit card, and then I have stickers to give to him, which sets me up for. I have my own food channel. Hit the QR code. It'll take you right there.
So what was Rich doing?
Your sous chef wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready.
But this isn't her first rodeo.
I actually yelled at her and cut that all out. No, for real. I cut a promo on her, and I don't want people to, because people really hate me when I get a little prickish with her. I mean, I don't know.
Can I speak to this, Bubba?
People might like her more than they do even Lummy.
Can I speak to this? We had a very awkward moment where you yelled at her out by the massage chair yesterday and shut her right down. And I've never heard a woman go from trying to speak to quiet so quickly.
Well, it was probably something very important.
It wasn't, but
everything that was said at the roast was true.
So anyway, Here's the look.
Free merch, Craig.
Here you go.
Food review on my YouTube channel, The Bubba Army.
Look at where's
Where is it?
You know.
No, we have not.
Where is it?
Here I am. There's I'm looking. Yeah. Dan, you
I gave it
Brian,
yesterday.
both probably know that your dads had a certain look that they could give you, and there wouldn't have to be a word spoken, but you knew exactly what you were supposed to be doing or not be doing.
I gave that look yesterday in surgery.
How you doing? Good. I do a food review on my YouTube channel, The Bubba Army.
I'm wading water. I'm wading water at this time. Wading water.
No, we have not.
Wow,
Did you hear the gorilla breath? I'm like, listen.
Bubba Army. Have you been here before? No, we have not.
Would you like your receipt?
Yes, please.
Trying to buy as much time as I can. Finally gets it to me. Finally. Last minute. Inside out. See, it's all a transition. You got to dance with the guy.
That's right.
In order for him not to don't forget, I've had instances where the people I'm going to call the police.
Does Merch Crick know how close you are to leaving her?
I would never.
I know. I'm joking.
Good thing that credit card took for a while.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, back there making copies.
Here's my bumper sticker. If you scan that QR code, it takes you right to my thing.
That's why I asked if you had been here before. They didn't have your credit card scanned in.
Thank you very much. All right.
All right, well, that was pretty quick.
You're gonna have to dump.
Wait, he said wait.
Oh. What I need to dump.
Right here, you just say I forgot my drink. OS.
Oh.
You're good.
Oh yeah, I forgot my drink. I have to go back and get my drink now.
Guy
Did you
chased
remember
down.
right away that you forgot it?
No.
They were yelling at
They
him.
were yelling at me. Another curb hit. Another curb hit. Here, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Like my mom.
There you go. That's all you're getting. I mean,
my mom doesn't curves like that.
Go to my YouTube channel. And look for my food review. It's up as we speak. I'm not going to give it all to you now. But it's pretty funny. And I will tell you, I will tell you this. You can watch it and look at me analyze. And I always do is it not amazing how much I have Bella trained?
Oh yeah.
From a guy that had his face bit off by his dog.
Yeah.
To me. Where in the stunt that I do with my dog, most dogs would bite your face off for it. But I have my dog controlled as much as I do the crick. And I mean, I'm just, I'm not saying I'm Hitler, but I run a tight ship.
You're Boomer the Love Sponge.
See?
Okay, I'll break that one down already.
Yeah, it's I mean.
The C Morning Zoo on Z100.
Quit trying so hard, Brian.
I promised Dan I'm doing a job for him.
No, you're not.
I was up before that, wasn't I, Lummy? What's the score?
You're not doing a job, and quit arguing with me.
I'm not
You're just
arguing
being
with
a
you.
dick. You're not doing. Listen, being a dick, you can't just roll that into I'm doing a job and then it covers it all. No, you're being a dick. You're not doing no jobs. If I was
undermining you.
Yeah.
Whoa! That was you, buddy.
Dan, don't try to.
It's tied -1.
They're
-1.
They're both at -1.
Yeah, Dan's -2 didn't really help him.
Yeah, Dan took a 2-hitter, did he not?
Yes, he did.
For a borderline, undermine warning. Mm-hmm. What did he do again?
I mean, we don't have to bring it up again.
Yeah,
I don't think we should bring it up.
It was really
again.
bad.
Yeah. I think we should try to keep it to ourselves.
Oh, I remember. I remember. Oh, I mean, Dan, reflecting back on it, can you see where that would be a big problem? You don't want to admit to it.
Yeah, it was a problem, and it was a mistake. So, but Bubba, I gave that look yesterday because I got stabbed in surgery twice yesterday.
What do you mean stabbed? In the back?
No,
I'm sorry.
Metaphorically, it happens every day.
Did the scrub nurse finally could not take your tool anymore, and she slashed you with a 17 blade?
Exactly.
And you're in the back of your spine, hoping that she would paralyze you, and you'd be a quadriplegic, and you'd be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life, and she could beat the crap out of you.
Yeah,
it was take your wife to work day.
See, Lummy, I'm very fair. So there you go. Let me. Am I going too fast? Can you not keep score?
No, I went because Babyface is now in the lead.
Okay, so what's the official score?
-1, Dr. Dan to 0, Babyface.
See, Dan, again, see how quickly the game can change?
Yeah, it's back and forth. It's like a Super Bowl.
Right. So Dan, who did you give that look to yesterday?
The scrub nurse. I got stabbed twice by her.
Now, how does she stab you?
Well, it's
like by handing you the instruments wrong.
Yes.
How about that? I knew that.
Or presenting them wrong. Okay. You know when you hand someone a knife, you don't hand someone a knife with the blade pointing towards them.
No, you usually hand the handle to them.
Right, that's the polite way to handle. So she's ready to hand me a pair of scissors, and I go to reach for them, and she sticks me right in the hand with the tip of the scissors.
No,
and
that breaks latex, right?
Yeah, it breaks latex. It contaminates the scissors, contaminates me. I got to change gloves. I got to yell. It hurts. And then,
you probably go way over the top on the yelling.
Can't see the wound on your hand.
I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
You probably don't go, Susie. That's the second time you've stabbed me today. Please be more careful. I'm sure it's not like that.
I'm like, are you?
Can you reenact? We got 15 seconds. Can you reenact?
Brian's trying to represent this nurse on a workplace gimmick.
We got 10 seconds. Can you reenact how you yelled at her?
Are you freaking kidding me? This is like the third time you've done this to me. How many times are you going to stab me before I kick your silly ass out of the room?
Would she cry?
Yeah, and she left.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Make sure somebody get a hold of Merch Quick.
I can do it for him.
Put him on. No, you don't know how to do the demo.
I do.
You don't know how to read, bitch.
Merch Quick, go.
I literally watched him do it yesterday. Watch her
You think
do
you're
it.
some smart guy that
The
doesn't
Merch
work
Quick,
massage
the Merch
chair?
Quick needs to put him on full pressure.
Why does Rhett not have the belt for that Huey Magoo stuff?
Huey McDoos.
Harry McDoos.
Louis
Juicy McDoos.
Juicy. I like Juicy McJews over here. Having a matzo ball sandwich at Juicy McJews.
Now, Seth, do you think that this Juneteenth thing might be so fucking out of hand we might want to cancel it?
No, but I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be an event for sure.
What I'm saying is like, we might want to cancel it. It's just too big.
No, I mean, it'll be good. The guys will get a lot of business that day. I think a lot of people want to go down, and I think that this will just be their chance to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely a perfect opportunity to get people, because I could see how some people wouldn't be in their comfort zone heading down there.
Like the people that just show up there and call her, it's wild. As you know from the email that we got from Mustang Sally.
Do we have a photo of her? What does she look like? Does anybody know?
Yeah, she DM'd me on Instagram.
Yeah?
Can I see a picture?
Yeah, we all got.
Yeah, all right, everybody.
Can you give me? Send me her.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Are you gonna text it to us? I can just come up and look at it.
I want you to text it. I want her Instagram, like what it is.
Which one's she?
This one.
Wow. Yeah, that's not bad.
Can I see it?
Who are her friends there?
Hold on. Why are you worried about him? Not me, bitch. I'm the boss.
I know, but his dong was talking.
Hey, fuckhead.
Huh? I didn't know he was going to be gawking and zooming in.
Brian, let go of the
I thought
phone.
he was a gentleman.
I'm trying to find other photos. That's all.
Grab your phone from him and hand it to me.
I don't know where that one was. Oh, there it is.
Why would you?
I took the phone. It's not his fault. I did a golden sin rule violation. I grabbed somebody else's phone when
Which
they were
one is
showing
she? The blonde in the middle?
She's the one on the far left.
I was hoping blonde in the middle, but the one on the left's pretty solid too. I mean, as far as shit, hairdressers from Minnesota go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna whip your ass. I hate you. I fucking hate you.
We should make. We should make him do.
There you go.
We should make him do a What's the fucking? What do you call when you're paid to be on the air? A brokerage show. You should have Brian pay us for the other show.
He's just a fucking dick.
Yeah.
He's just a dick. I should just.
He is, but I mean, he doesn't. He doesn't get to be this way at his regular job, Bubba, or at home.
Yeah.
It's the only place he gets to be one of the boys.
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking put that in the next roast. I'm the only one that's gonna get it.
Oh man, I just picked up on that. Bubba does that a lot.
You got a star when you found this kid, Bubba.
I was working for free for him for years before he even knew who I was.
Really?
Yeah, because my ex-wife was one of his early producers back in 2000, and I was helping fucking set up for CD signings and breakdown and.
Does she got a Facebook?
That's her Insta. She's not a boomer, dude.
You stole my phone?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What the? I didn't even know we were done. I thought we were done looking at Sally.
I got my phone.
He's like, wow, where's his phone?
Oh, here it is. Oh, okay.
He went up to Mustang Sally's Instagram page.
Yeah, what do you want Mustang Sally to? You want her to DM you? I'll tell her to DM you.
No, it's just interesting to know that we have a fucking cool person.
I think anybody that listens is good looking. You automatically are like above average if you.
No, but she's verifiably attractive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pouring ourselves out one download at a time. BubbaArmyHQ.com. Enlist today. The BRN now continues.
Just got them for a month, signed them on for a month, and that's mybookie.com. If you go to mybookie.com and you use the Bubba promo code, then you get more on your first deposit. It's worth more. And Lummy, I don't know if I have a gambling problem or not, but they put $5,000 in my account yesterday, and I promised you guys I wouldn't play, privately. I would just play on the air. That way it wouldn't get away from me too much, and I could make the entire $5,000 maybe last the entire month. But I, sometimes I get in here a little bit early, and I get a little bored, and I'm like, oh, look at my bookie. Let's play a couple hands here, and I played a couple hands this morning, and I got like. I think I turned my 8,500 into like 19,000.
Yeah, not too bad.
So, Brian, I had like one hand where I got 8s and I split them. The dealer was showing a 14, so I split my 8s, right? Then I got like a 2 on one, so I double on the flop. I got a 2-4.
Nice.
So I doubled on both of those and hit. And one I had like 1,000 on each or something, and won 4 Gs.
Jay's here.
On that. Oh,
There's nothing over there. I'm trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure what out?
There's no mic on over there right now.
Oh, at the couch.
Put him at Dan's mic.
Yeah, that's where I was getting them.
Put him at Dan's mic.
He's on there now.
And Dan can just be done.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Dan's listening too.
Or we'll get, you know what? The guys have a few minutes to get,
Let's get a wireless out to Dan now and see how he's doing with the chair.
Let's talk about.
He's enjoying it. I saw it as I walked in.
Let's talk about mybookie.com. So, Lummy, I won a bunch of money over this morning, and then I was thinking about maybe. By the way, mybookie.com. Use promo code Bubba. I was thinking about maybe Zeth wants to do some game. He wants to bet on the Mavericks.
Yeah, big on Dallas, baby.
He wants to bet on the Mavericks. So, Lummy, I'm on mybookie.com.
Yeah.
Within there, they got sports booking, they got casino, they got live casino, they got prop bets.
Do they have any of that ping pong, like when you're really looking for something to gamble on at 2 in the morning?
I think they got.
You got to scroll down on all.
They got NASCAR. I mean, they got it. Mybookie.com is the most thorough gambling site there is, period. So, Lummy, we're in NBA. So
we're actually in the French Open.
No, if you look down here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we were in the French Open.
Spice boy, bitch.
What?
Whoa.
What is that? What is that?
Trying to throw me off? Trying to throw me off?
I'm not throwing you off.
You're trying
We're in the
to throw
French
me off.
Open men's singles. Matteo Arnaldi versus Andre Rublev.
Had you looked down, you would have seen I had NBA queued up, ready to go too, little bitch.
I'm Spice Boy Amana? Why can't I just be me, man?
I don't know. Why can't you? That's the guy I like, not
Seth,
the guy that you're becoming.
Boston's going to destroy Dallas.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Kyrie's on the revenge tour, man.
Let me. So where do I go if I want to put some
NBA
money?
odds on just for the game.
Okay, NBA odds.
No, hit on NBA odds.
Okay, boom.
No, it's NHL.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, well, call him Spice.
Game odds. See the game odds right below
Okay,
it?
all right. Game odds.
He's being more like Brent right now. He's trying to help Bubba through it.
Yeah, he's trying to help me.
Thank you, babyface.
And both of you, shut up.
I got yelled at.
So let me. Now, Seth. How do you want to bet? I got 500. I got $500 here. How we betting?
Let's go 1,000.
No, stop.
Why
don't you tell me the bet to go with first?
Go with Dallas.
Do you want that in a single game?
Are we taking the points? Are we going
Let's
cash?
go. We're taking
money line, man.
Are we going money line? What are we doing?
we're going money line for the
money line.
Yeah.
What is it? Plus 190.
Yeah.
So do I hit that?
Yep.
I hit that.
Yep.
And then what? Then
my
bet slip.
Yep.
All right.
1,000.
All right. Let's go 1,000.
And then we'll take them to win the series too.
One. Let me hear. Okay.
Yep, there you go.
Boom. And then where do I hit my bet?
Wager. Yeah, right there.
Right here.
Yep.
Boom. And I do $1,000.
Yes.
Let me do. Who do you think's going to win the series?
Listen, we're betting. Shut up. God.
I mean, this is.
I feel like I got my wife somewhere, and me and a guy's trying to do some business, and she's chiming in.
I wasn't
all the
asking
time.
about slacks. I'm asking about ball.
All right. So, Lummy, we did a straight money line bet.
Yes. On the just the game.
Now,
the first
Seth,
game.
I'm going to make sure I emphasize something because you're so financially aggressive. This is not real money. So if we win, because this isn't like I don't owe you anything.
So we're set to win 900.
Yeah. Like if we win the bet,
I don't get 20.
We get 19.
You
No,
get 1,900.
Because it's if
No, you're betting 1,000 to win 2,900.
Correct.
So you're winning 1,900.
You're winning
but
1,900.
You're getting back 2,900. Let's just be
Now,
clear.
if you want to do the series,
Credits.
Bubba,
All right,
go back to NBA odds.
Okay, NBA.
NBA.
Am I the only
NBA,
Mavericks guy, Lummy?
And that, yes, I
so.
think you are.
Finals, MVP,
There's championship odds.
It's got to be 2-1 Celtics.
championship
to win, right?
odds. Okay, Mavericks are $1.85. Let's go $1.85.
Well, only
Who's
Seth.
who's
That's
tapping the
Macho
microphone?
trying to figure out a microphone.
All right, thank you.
Only Seth thinks that's.
Do
gonna
they have
happen.
Kristaps Porzingis already baked into the Celtics coming back? I don't even know why these odds are so crazy in Boston's favor.
Because have you seen Boston
only
play
bet
with
500,
that?
Bubba.
I saw Dallas go through the best conference in the basketball.
I just put 500 on that bet.
Sorry.
Yep.
Zeth. and so there we go. Continue betting. I think that's good enough. We can do that. Lummy, I think we need to do something though over the weekend we have something to talk about on Monday. So let's go to Major League Baseball. Let's go to game odds. Where's the Rays at? Let's find the Rays game and bet on it.
There you go.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Against the Orioles, so that's not
It's
good.
at the Orioles, and we got to pay. We're going for our Rays. So where do we hit here? Spread, money line.
I think they're going to win, which would probably be a losing bet, but
I think they're going to win, and I'm going to put 500 on them.
All right, I don't feel bad about betting on Dallas anymore.
I'll actually go with the Dallas bet over the Rays at Orioles, but
Oh, they don't let me do 500. 225 max
no,
bet.
you can do 2,525. So you can do 2,000 on the Rays to win, but that would just stand it away.
No way. Let's just do 500.
Yeah, please.
yeah, that's a lot.
What's the ratio of if it says $18,000 up there? What's that equal in real money? $50, $100,
No.
How much? I mean,
So listen, if we win, we risked 500, but if we win, we make 610.
That would be real money if
You
Bubba
started
was
it
playing with real money.
Okay.
Yeah.
It really does. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
My bookie plays out real money.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
Bubba's
Yeah,
playing
that's-
with house money,
see,
literally.
Listeners learn something there.
So Jay, when
this
you
is
go,
real money. We're
when
just
you,
playing with Monopoly
when you
money.
go to mybookie.com and you open up an account, you give them their credit card or
Yeah.
something like that, so they can have a way to deduct money, and you go and.
Okay, so it's
and
not
pay-
like one of those poker sites where it's fake money the whole time. You can go
No,
have
it's
real. Okay,
The whole
That's
thing. No, yeah.
incredible.
You know what? There's only one guy in the whole world that doesn't have his money real on here. Me. because this is
Because I know this, you wouldn't be betting $2,000 like
No,
this.
hell no, I don't
and
got
you wouldn't
nobody.
be betting $500 in the Rays to beat the Orioles.
No, I'd be betting like $5.
Bubba be
Maybe.
cashing out and buying old Grand Marquis and stuff.
I'm just telling you, man. One time they gave me $25,000 and I got it clear up to $140 because when it's not your money, man, you play sloppy with it. You just like,
Could you imagine if that was real
playing,
and you like cashed out and you like stopped for a second and then
I'd
you
be
start
so
again
set.
at like 10?
I'd be so set.
Oh man.
Everybody would be rich.
Well, we do like one of those, like a lottery
Spread
where we
it.
all put some money in and we do like a Bubba account and we try to make money.
Jay, we try to make money every day we're here, buddy. I'm just telling you. We have different shakedowns, okay?
And if you have a gambling problem, 888 admit it.
Is that what it is?
888 admit it.
888 admit it.
Or 1-800 gambler. Is the other line.
Of course, I don't have a gambling problem. The only person that's got a problem right now is Donald Trump because he's got this big fat ass that's way up his. This guy's a dick. This guy's a dick. This guy campaigned. He campaigned before he even got in office. One of his big campaign things were, "I'll hold Donald Trump to justice. I'll put him in jail."
Promise made, promise kept.
I can sit here and be a dick, but I got to tell you, man, he's a politician that kept his word, right?
He kept his word.
Yeah. Now
it was shady and underhanded,
go.
but he kept his word.
I mean, Jay, were you surprised on the verdict because Dan and Babyface had it hung yesterday?
I thought for sure it'd be hung.
I'm shocked by what happened. I'm not surprised because this jury pool was, I think, 89 or 91% voted for Joe Biden. So the pool of jurors, the potential people that he had to pull from, was unfairly weighed against him. The judge, as you know, the most important thing in your case was the jury verdict form. He had 32 questions on the jury verdict form, and it never said what was the basis of the underlying crime.
Well, it gave 3 options for underlying crime.
No, Dan, I know what it did, but it didn't ever say in the verdict. It didn't say what did they agree was what was the underlying crime, Bubba.
Well, the thing is,
we don't
ask your brother. Ask your brother.
He doesn't know.
I'm texting people.
It doesn't have to be unanimous the way the jury verdict form was done, and that's why it's not a valid verdict.
It's a reversible error because of that.
Yes, because four of them could have said it was a campaign deal. 4 of them could have said it was an IRS deal. And 4 of them could have said it was just a falsified.
So before we go any further, thank you with your expertise, legal opinion. That's not the issue at hand right now. You just got done spending 10 minutes on on the most baddest ass massage chair that I've ever been in. And listen, they're not even a client. I'm trying to get him as a client, but I mean, like we're talking back and forth. But I'm just telling you. And by the way, no employee is allowed to get on there without supervision. You have to ask for permission to use my massage chair. I just don't want everybody wallering all over it.
So I'm glad I'm not an employee. I can jump on it whenever I want.
I'd like to keep it nice.
Shut up, Panda, 1,000 bits.
Dan, what did you think?
Bubba, it was absolutely unbelievable. And I just had a massage on Monday, and this was superior to that. It was comprehensive. It was the bottom of my feet. It was the front of my shoulders. It was my hands. It spent 4 minutes manipulating my butt. It felt so good.
Oh, I
can't believe it.
Hope we got that drop.
It was unbelievable, Bubba. What an advancement in technology. Because the last massage chair I sat in was just like someone had a rolling pin and was just going up and down.
And those hurt.
They hurt. This is amazing. It senses your body, Jay, and it senses your body position.
Yeah, you're right.
And it has sensors literally built into it.
The other one,
I said I won't do anything before surf ranch because I don't want. I'm much too hot.
But every other,
so 5 different levels of intensity and pressure.
Yeah.
I would before surf ranch, I would get out there, Jay.
Everybody's
Everybody's
hold on, he's got to ask.
doing
I mean, he's just now. Jay just can't jump in it.
Babyface is
love Jay.
offering it to everybody.
We got protocol around here. Yeah, Babyface. You're not Babyface. That's not your chair.
Somebody
and
throw
it's
him
not
a
your chair,
pancake.
and it's not.
What's that supposed to mean, Babyface?
You treat him like a seal. It's like a seal
I'm gonna
at
tell you something
SeaWorld.
right now, Brian. You know what? You and I, one of these days, I just want. You know what? Now that I have maximum representation in the studio right now, now that all parties are here, that if I did this, would be part of trying to unwind the shiz storm.
Hold on, they did also both sign off on you shooting the smoothie guy, and that sounded a little,
I just want to let you know. With Brian being here, and with Dan being here, who represents me, and Jay, who's represented me the longest, and Brian, who's represents me and could be potentially
a victim.
I'd like to go on record by saying that one of these days we need to draw up some kind of paperwork that we both sign, because one of these days I'm going to lose it and I'm going to hit him.
A blast clause?
Some type of I get
I'm
one
gonna blast you one day.
one of these days I'm going to literally grab a hold of him, get him down on the ground, and rear naked choke him. I'm going to choke him out just to choke him out.
Don't threaten me with a good time, buddy.
Yankee Jim, $10 super chat.
Dan, will you go on record as to what the council's response was? Don't count me out for a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time, buddy. That's your call back to Brett Hatley, man.
I just want to let you know, man. While I got everybody here, I just want to. I mean, I got to be far less in trouble if I tell Brian, just know that every time you walk in here, you risk me choking you out.
And he just said it was okay.
And you still elect to come in and prod me. I'm just saying, I think maybe I'm covered legally now when I choke him out.
He just consented to it expressly on the air.
I said, don't threaten me.
Not only, I mean, if we would play that
with
for
a good time,
and here's the deal, man. If we would play that with a judge, if we really play, let's say we're in front of a real judge, and we're like,
not Judge Marchand.
No, you're
guilty.
We're in front of Chet Tharp, okay, and we go, Mr. Tharp. The reason why Mr. Clem is not guilty of battery is because can we play this audio that happened 3 weeks prior to the event? But Bubba tells Brian, every day you walk in here, you risk me choking you out. And rather than to Brian say, okay, I understand that, he goes, don't threaten me with a good time, buddy. So, Your Honor, I don't know how you're going to rule here, but I can't. I got you. Mr. Clem forewarned him, and even in Mr. Matroni's response, he was a little toothy, smart-ass son of a bitch. And so I'm sorry. I don't think Mr. Clem should be responsible for his broken vertebrae. I'm sorry.
Broken vertebrae.
Okay? I know that Mr. Matroni showed up to court here with one of those Mr. Brady collar neck brace kind of with one of his big,
cervical.
I'm coming in a full body cast.
Exactly.
With an anoxic brain
I'm just
injury
telling
from
you,
the lack of
Dan,
oxygen.
would a judge take in consideration that he came in, that he elected to be in the studio, that he knew I had that type of hankering, and he challenged me? Would I get that ruling?
I think you would, Bubba. I know I'd rule in your favor.
Well, of course you'll rule in my favor. Jay, what did you think? I mean, what would you? I mean, you're Dan's a little Stockholm. What's your honest opinion if that would happen?
I think with this discussion on air, if he really continued to do it and you blasted him, then you got a good defense.
Right. You'd be like, Your Honor, not only these weren't said in private, Your Honor, these were said for millions of people to be able to hear. Millions of people.
It's like a waiver
heard
and
this.
consent to a race on a racetrack.
Yeah.
If you screw up, then you pay the price.
Millions of people heard Brian basically, metaphorically and audibly poke Bubba in the chest, knowing that Bubba's got a hair trigger.
And consent to a good time.
And,
but
yeah, and Your Honor,
full consent.
If we're down in Sarasota, quite honestly, I could be the one charged.
Damn, Lummy. What's the score right now?
That's a joke about Calta hitting the merch crick.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's doubled up.
Well placed, well played. Good job. See, Brian, I'm. Would you not say I'm very fair?
You are, and you're turning me into a better person, Bubba, and a better on-air talent.
Well, yeah, see, you're picking and choosing your spots better.
It is. But you got to be
You don't
better.
realize I really am you and Dan's and
Radio
Jay's.
Sensei.
No, I'm your Mr.
Mr. Magoo.
Miyagi. I'm
Miyagi.
I'm Bubba Miyagi.
You're our juicy Magoo.
I am your sensei. I'm Bubba Miyagi. Wax on, wax off. You guys are working under my tutelage, if you will.
Yes.
Learning the craft and the trade. And look how much better of a chimer in you are already. Let me, what's the score today?
It's a 2 to -1.
Yeah. Dan's -1, Brian's 2, and we're late in the game. Let's be honest. Dan's almost got to be out of here.
Yeah, well, Dan
got
told me when he was
17
on the
minutes to
chair,
pull
he
the
didn't
nose up.
care. He
Dan's
didn't care
gonna say,
about it.
"Clear my calendar. I'm staying until the end of the show."
Clear it, Jen.
Dan's saying I need the extra 45 minutes to try to get a couple gimmicks in.
Actually, I'm doing God's work today. I'm working with the Innocence Project. I have a staff meeting, a board meeting. I'm in the board of
that should get
directors
him
for
a
the
ding.
Innocence
Yeah.
Project,
Well,
getting people
that-
like Trump who are innocent of a crime out of jail.
If he would not, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. Brilliantly played. Hold on. Brilliantly played until he brought the Trump gimmick in. Like, I mean, like, Jay, would you not agree? Like, brilliantly played.
Yes.
I'm doing some philanthropic work for the community, but Dan, you weren't smart. You couldn't help yourself to keep Trump out. It sounds so much more philanthropic and genuine when you leave your MAGA.
You could have dropped the mic right there and had gone to at least a zero,
Then
up
you had
to
to be
one, and that was
the
back
MAGA
on the negative.
DS that you are, and so Dan, you had an opportunity to get one of these, and you damn near got one of those.
The C Morning Zoo.
I'm not handing it out, Dan.
Dan, I don't care what the score says. You're always a 0 to me. So take one away.
take
I
one
promised him for
away.
his birthday I would
The
lose.
C Morning Zoo on Z100.
You got 17 more minutes, Brian.
So now, Brian, you're saying the only way Dan's going to win is if you throw the game. Is that what you're
He's
saying?
going to let me score. He's going to let the handy kid score the touchdown.
Lovey, what's the score as we speak before we break down the Allen Bragg Willie?
Babyface 1, Dr. Dan -1.
Well, Bubba just
two-point
gave me
turnaround.
another
Just give
back,
him that
so-
one right there. He just gave him one.
No, I mean, Brian, Lummy, did the score get away from you?
He did.
Yeah, it did.
It did right
Lummy,
there.
did the score get away
How?
from you just
He
now?
just
Did you
gave
just
him one.
miss score?
I just gave him the 1.
Oh, I
So
thought he had one.
where are we at right now? It's very
My
simple.
Babyface was just 2 to -1.
Yeah.
He just got a zoo, which is -1, so it's 1.
No, but then I just got a ding for trying to throw the game. Bubba gave me a ding.
I did not hear
Yeah, I
that.
did. Yes, I did. I mean, did you not have your headphones on?
He
I
should
got
almost
Jay
get another
talking.
one for that.
Yeah, have you
Jay
tried to
talks
hear Jay and then a ding?
Yeah, Jay talks
I'm
over
trying to
Lummy.
be-
Jay's
I'm
very
trying to
dominant
make
on the
sure
talking.
that your historian book is correct, dude.
Well, thank you, but when you're talking in the ding,
Seth, can you step in here a cooler head, my friend, and help me regulate?
I
what
don't
we got
want to
going
get
on?
involved in any of this, no. But I remember, Bubba, though. Remember during the commercial break when you were looking up Sally's Instagram on my phone for like 20 minutes? Brian was over here going, "Cha, yeah," and he said that you sound like the guy from Wayne's World. Remember?
But here's
Don't forget.
Here we are. So Mustang Sally, she's this listener from Minnesota, and she came down, and she's big time Bubba Army, big time, and she comes down for vacation or has like she's from Minnesota.
This is bigger. This is a girls' trip, Bubba.
Yeah, I'll get this. So she's Bubba Army. She lives in Minnesota. She's this single hot white chick that's a hairdresser. And she's so Bubba Army that she is a big fan of not only is she so Bubba Army, but she's so Bubba Army that she's into some of our podcasts. And her favorite podcast is Operation Pigmentation, which is a lot of people's favorite podcast. So Mustang Sally, this hot 50-year-old hairdresser from
Whoa, I don't think she's 50.
I don't think she's 50, Bubba.
Oh, I thought you guys said she was 50.
No, I think she looks like she's in her mid-30s.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
She's a Mustang 5.0. She's not 50.
I've not been allowed to look at her very much.
What do
now.
you mean? You zoomed in Willie all over my
tried.
phone.
No, only
then you
after
sent me a friend request.
Only after you gave it to Brian to oogle. And I'm over saying, hey, let me see the phone. And Brian's like, oh.
And like a true boomer, Bubba goes, does she have a Facebook?
So Mustang Sally, the hot single female from Minnesota that happens to be, talk about a unicorn. You're a hot chick hairdresser from Minnesota, I don't know, like 8-9 states away. You're big time Bubba Army. You love Operation Pigmentation. You got a girls' weekend planned in Clearwater Beach. You break off the girls' weekend and go to Latin Sons so that you can meet the boys and hang out. She
was going to go down there on a scooter, but they told her to hop in an Uber.
So, I mean, like, that is so, and hold on, and she's hot. Right?
Yeah.
That even makes it more cooler. She's hot.
And she sent a great email too. I mean, she said that it was like changed her life. She said that America would be a better place if we had more barbershops like that.
Yeah, hold on. I do got her email, Mustang Sally's. Hold on here. Let me pull it up here. And I also got this guy named Rusty Shackelford, Lummy, that's not very happy with me. Did you see his?
Yes.
My God.
Why was he so upset?
Oh my God, I don't know why. I guess. Lummy, you guys are looking for the audio, but I guess Rusty Shackelford somewhere, shape or form, whether it's a show message or on Facebook Messenger or something, but he sent a very nasty response to me, Lummy, like, how I suck and
like a true alcoholic sends at 1:38 in the morning.
Exactly.
A true troll.
Like a guy that like he's probably mad about the Anna deal or
it was just about how you were treating people and just the way you were talking.
I do think he was a big Anna fan though. Back in the day.
And you guys quit being marks.
No, I didn't say did, but
but everybody needs to quit being marks. Like when you say, you're hard on Lummy, or you've been hard on Dan, or you've been. Listen, we are literally are all of each other's best friends, and we literally. Like, I'm not trying to be hard on anybody, but when Dan makes a ton of noise over there when he's opening up his monster deal, and that's one of my pet peeves, I got to discipline Dan at that point.
Well, even the hate listeners are marks because they talk about you every day. And if they're not talking about you every day, they're sending you an email.
It says, hi, this is Mustang Sally. I sent Seth a DM on Instagram. Just wanted to thank you for the shout out on the podcast. I listened to the Pigmentation podcast today. They spoke straight truth, and I loved every minute. By the way, very small font. Yeah, even me.
I'm having trouble reading it.
Thanks for making me. Thanks for making me smile. I enjoyed every second of the experience at the barbershop. Thank you, XXO. Not only am I a fan of the podcast, but I'm a huge Bubba Army. Every time I'm in Tampa, I do drive by the studio in hopes to see somebody. Last time, I think I saw the merch crick. I was freaking out. I don't want to seem too crazy. I just kept driving. I'm still hoping to meet Bubba. Thanks for making my day better. Yes, I am a mark, and that's okay with me. Oh, wait, forgot to mention. I had to go and check out Hogan's Hangout.
Oh,
he was there. I had a chance. I had to say hi, but my excitement was too nowhere near what it is listening to the podcast and talking about Mustang Sally. So listen, I want to put this word out. Hogan's very public. He's got his little Hogan's Hangout bar down on the beach. He's there I think it's every Monday or Tuesday night for karaoke.
Yeah, I think it's Tuesday.
Yeah, so that's his big deal.
I still think we should all go one night.
I really would like. Listen, the Bubba Army sees Hogan a lot, probably, and I just want you to say this. This is all I want you to say. I don't want you to be rude. I don't want you to be loud. I don't want you to be obnoxious. Get where he can hear. Don't scream this, and don't whisper it, but calmly say, I'm Bubba Army. I listen to Bubba a lot, and he is so sorry for what happened, and he wishes you guys could be friends. That's it.
And why'd he make fun of my son for 4 shows on the DUI gimmick?
Brother.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Well, I'm just
After
role-playing.
100 defending him?
Lummy, what's the worst violation you can get here? Undermining of the show?
Yes, undermining the...
Jesus, Seth, you're not immune to that, bitch.
Oh.
I didn't even know where that came from, Bubba.
Completely
It was
inappropriate.
definitely an outburst.
Inner hootie?
It was an
As you're
outburst.
trying to make peace.
I have some good news, Seth. You have Monday off.
2-day weekend.
Oh,
Are we really off this weekend?
Sponjo, are days that I get off for undermining the show paid? No, Seth. Oh, damn it. So Rusty Shackelford writes, and I guess Lummy and Rhett were looking for the audio.
Yeah,
I went off on. Did I go on? Now, how bad did I go off on
You
this
didn't
guy?
really go off that bad, from what Rhett and I can remember.
No, I mean, it was pretty routine.
Okay, yeah, pretty routine, please.
Yeah.
I mean, God, what a bunch of pussies out there. I mean, you like the show because, I say it like it is, and we try to be, we make fun of each other, and we're very transparent about what's happening in our lives. Like there's a lot of shows that are so fake about, like, they don't get into the fact, like Seth's very honest. Listen, Phoebe hates me, and I haven't had any ass for a month. Like, Seth admits that.
That's very true. Yeah, me. She hates me, but not you.
Yeah. I mean, we're very a lot of shows are like, they try to play like they have this perfect marriage and they're happy all the time. And no,
my wife definitely hates me, and it's something that I'm coming to grips with.
And Dan, for instance, the plastic surgeon and the doctor who you think would have the most happiest of families, his wife hates him too. And the reason why she hates him, if you really want to drill down deep and get transparent, she hates him because of his association with me. She hates me, which makes her hate Dan. One of the, like probably 8 out of 10 of her hate, like if
I don't know if hate's strong enough word.
Oh, hold on, really, not a strong enough.
Loathe.
Man, I just don't understand.
Abhors.
Like Candle, no problem with me.
No.
Krista, no problem.
Oh, Krista loves you.
My wife only hooks up with me because I'm on this show.
So, but like Dan's wife, and here's the deal, Dan. Here's why I've kind of figured it out. I think there's been some stuff that you may have done in your life that you blamed on the show that really the show had nothing to do, but you used the show.
I blame everything on the show and you.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. It's the only way I get through life. It's like, it's Bubba's. It's because of Bubba.
So you having
that's a dig.
So that's a pretty good dig. You having to go to the F1 race in Miami. Hey, I'm
Bubba.
doing it for the show.
Oh yeah, content.
I mean, listen, Romina, you think I want to go there and fight all? No, Bubba wants footage from the show.
Right.
I mean,
I won't take a family picture.
I don't
topless in Miami.
Yeah, I'm going to take a topless picture of myself, in Miami. But I mean, so I think Jay, you're closer to this situation than I am as far as relation. Do you think that I'm maybe getting wrongfully judged in some instances?
Oh, I think you get blamed for everything.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no doubt about it.
Can anybody send word to her that what Dan's up to?
She only receives messages on Thursdays between 6 and 8 p.m.
Yeah, in Spanish.
So I'm
by courier.
I'm no comunicado.
By courier. Can I get? Well, and I don't want to get Candle and Krista involved. Now I've really infiltrated the family badly.
Let's go straight to Steve.
Can't we have a Romina Bubba podcast one day?
Oh my God, the best. The best. No, Dan says hell to the no.
I mean, I'm just thinking it would be the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts.
Yeah, second to the one I do with your wife.
But my wife.
Dan says, "Listen,
Which
your
I
wife."
had, a dream with you crying in the corner of the bedroom.
Dan, it was believable until you. Dan, it was believable until you went there.
He one-ups himself.
KC Morning Zoo on Z100.
It's great because you just need to give him enough rope to hang himself, and he'll do it every single time.
He'll say something. I was borderline ready to hit it. I was ready to when the exact statement out of his mouth was, "Yeah, except for the one I had with your wife." Boom. Had he stopped right there, I literally within the next 10th of a second, I had it on. You were gonna hear that. Yeah, except the one I had with your wife. Yeah, with you in the corner, you
crying.
Like a dream I had. On Z100.
Dan, you just can't help yourself.
Is there a blow bang that I wasn't invited to?
I don't know. Lummy, what is the score that I don't think there's no way Dan could ever overcome this with the little bit of time left that he's got? What is it?
Babyface +2 and Dr. Dan Diaco -2.
That would have to be like a 4 or 5 point swing around in just a matter of minutes.
I don't see that happening.
Just for the record, I'm +3. Lummy missed another one, but that's okay.
I didn't want to say anything. I thought Lummy would hurt me.
Yeah.
Is that backed by
Lummy
Jay?
mad, pull
Is that
off
second?
arm.
Is that second by Jay?
Probably.
I didn't. Yeah, that's correct.
Brett, you're the
correct.
true decider. Did Lummy miss one or not? You think?
We were looking for that audio for you, Bubba. Sorry.
No, yeah, I don't blame him, but it was missed. But
Sorry, we were trying to find that real quick while you had this email up.
So
I'm
Lummy,
sorry.
can you give me the
So it's Babyface.
By the way, I know you're sorry,
Yes.
and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Lummy's new T-shirt's just gonna say, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Babyface +3 and Dr. Dan -2.
Dan, how did you get your ass kicked so bad? I can remember literally an hour ago, it was like 2-0 you.
The massage got him feeling squirrely.
I lost my brain.
Now, Dan, honest to God, before I go to words and read Rusty Shackelford's email, we really didn't get into that. And you, probably being in the medical business, you've probably been to 1,000 medical conventions that had some type of massage, chair.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like when you go to these conventions and they have the latest tools and all this kind of. Some of it's like massage chairs and spine, hanging boots for your, the anti-gravity boots and a lot of the medical shows could have a chair like this.
Yeah, they have the zero stimulation chairs. They have chambers. They have massage chairs. They have all kinds of crap.
And so you've probably been on a lot of these chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your opinion of this particular chair?
Bubba, I mean, it was unlike anything I've ever been in. And like I said, I literally had a massage Monday, and this was better than my massage. It felt like a person was actually touching me.
Do you know how cool it would be if we would get one of those for your office? And you know how sometimes you take those 20-minute naps? You've mastered a 20-minute nap.
Right.
Like Jennifer literally knows that to let you get 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And on the 21st minute, she's coming in and waking you up.
Yeah, gentle knock on the door.
Can you imagine if you, for that 21 minutes, was in that thing with music piped in through? Did you get the music piped in at all?
I was listening to a little of the you guys calling me.
No. You can, like Brian will tell you. If you pipe in music through your Bluetooth on the two speakers that are on either side of your ear, it's like you're in a, it's like you're almost in.
You ever heard royalty-free waterfalls before?
Kyle Triplett, 20 on the super chat.
I will say this. It was so good. I went to the office yesterday, and I'm talking to Regina about how we can make it a business expense by putting one in for employee health and wellness into the office because it's such a good chair.
Oh, my
I'm sure there's a deduction right now for that.
Oh, my God. Jay, you have not experienced it.
I have not.
I mean, and like, who are we? Like, I mean, you guys got Ferraris and big-ass houses.
They don't have this chair.
But this chair.
Jimmy's probably got one.
No, Jimmy.
I never heard of it.
No,
I never.
He doesn't have one in his gym yet?
Not the kind I got. What's mine called, Brian?
It is the Whole Body Rove Human Touch Plus.
And Bubba, I was walking in thinking it was going to be like every other massage chair I've ever sat in, like the ones in the airport and stuff like that.
You were actually thinking that you may have to kind of lie to me a little bit and tell me that it's pretty good when deep down it sucked.
It was unbelievable.
Right?
It was like unlike anything I've ever felt. Literally felt like I had 3 live people rubbing me at the same time.
But doesn't that go to show you just how advanced AI is? Because I think they probably use some type of AI technology, Brian, to how they determine your body, how it
it scans your body and it uses AI to know the exact spots to push.
Right. So I mean, there's probably some AI involved in that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Something like that.
It learns.
Keep telling yourself that.
So that's kind of going to be my new regiment every day. Right after the show, Lummy, I'm going out there and doing my 20 or 30 minutes.
You should.
But I was thinking about doing. Remember I have that recliner in the pantry.
Yeah.
Where I used to go in. That's when right after the show I would go into the pantry. Now the pantry here has no windows. And literally, Lummy, when you shut the door, you can't even see your hand in front of your face.
No.
Like it's so dark in there. Well, back in the day, when I needed when I was doing different shows and I needed a break, I would go in there and there's an old recliner and I would just sit in there for like 20 or 30 minutes and just veg out because the air conditioning's real cold in there and I had a little blanket and but I'm thinking about maybe putting my
massage chair in there.
Maybe.
Oh.
Lummy, you got to clean out the STD kits and the AR-15 parts, okay?
Wow, right at the bell, too.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
And then I probably need to I'm going to do Shackleford quick, and then I'll be out.
And then come back with Shannon?
Come back with Shannon. So Shannon's probably more like 9:20.
Surf trip, man.
Tell him he's more like 9:20. Are you leaving, bud?
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday Sunday.
Safe.
I'm sorry I
safe
can't buy you a
surf trip.
drink.
Sorry.
Hey, Bubba, I don't want to shoehorn this in, but Big Hands John.
Hey, I might come by and see you today. What time are you at the office till?
Until 12. I had that meeting from 1 to 5.
The Innocence Project.
I don't need to have you there if I wanted to get Botox, do I? What time does the office close?
4.
I'll text you.
Yeah, happy, no problem. If you go by his office, stop by mine and say hi.
I will.
Hey, Bubba, I don't want to shoehorn this in, but
which means you are shoehorning it in.
Shoehorn this in.
But Big Hands John just retired after 45 years of service for the vets, and so I wanted to give him a shout out on the air.
I will do that. I'll throw it over to you on the comeback.
All right. Or if you want to say it to him, you don't even
No,
have
I'll
to.
throw it.
All right.
Motherfucker, can't you?
Why are you trying to embrace America now after
Hey,
what
hold
happened
on.
yesterday?
Hold on, though.
I know.
But hold on, listen to this. As the host of the show, and I said, listen.
I care about bets, not draft
No, you shut up for a second. As the host of the show, when I tell you I'm gonna throw it to you on the comeback, that would be like if I'm the quarterback saying I'm gonna throw it to my slot, and he goes, "Oh no, don't throw it to me."
Yeah, but if your receiver's afraid he's gonna fumble the pass, and
then I call it. But then you need to get off my fucking team.
Get out! You deserve to
Yes, sir.
XFL.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
The ball's coming your way.
You're not Jordy Nelson.
You just wave the ball off. You wave the play off.
Yeah. Can you imagine if the guy
Giving
goes,
the quarterback the audible?
Can you imagine the quarterback coming in and the guy goes, "Nope, that's not gonna."
That's what happens when you let libs play football.
Yeah, you fucking snowflake little bitch.
John just had this message for you. Hear this.
Thank you, John. What up, the Brian Gilson? Sorry, this chat was a little bit behind. How's everyone doing? Mitch, Jamie Flynn. What up, DDP?
Jamie's in chat.
Nizuki Slayer.
Hey Jamie, how you doing, buddy?
What up, Sicilian Redneck? How you doing, buddy? What's up, Paisano? Hey, Zeus. What up, you? What up, you? What up with you? Haas 83, good morning. Hope you have a great weekend. What up, Mike? The Tim Anglin. Gary, we're a little hard on Dan today in the chat, buddy. What up, Powwow, Ohio 420?
Now, Brian, Brian, don't forget, Dan can no longer, like, his score's locked in, so he can't fuck it up.
Yeah, I can still lose it.
You can still lose it.
How you get fired on your day off, Craig?
What's up, Gary Cantrell?
Oh.
Good morning, Kyle Guru wife Michelle. And good morning, Kyle Guru. Good morning, Steve, the grumpy old man. Not today.
Man, I thought Dan was just gonna kill me.
Why? What'd you do? Pee next to him?
He got really serious and then he paused for like 5 seconds. No, he just said that he said fewer than 10% of people thanked him for COVID. So he thanked me and Phoebe for thanking him.
Oh yeah.
So I
he really took, I mean, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
People call him in the weirdest times of the day and night, in the middle of the scary part, and he wouldn't hear from him.
Wow.
It'd be like day, he'd every day for like 3, 4, 5 days till they get back in the okay, and they'd never call him.
I gave it a couple days.
Like literally 90% of the people.
That's crazy.
And he maybe got like a fruit basket or something from like 2%. And he didn't charge anybody.
I'm gonna get him some Toblerones at Walgreens.
I think I just get him some candy. Like that. Yeah, get him some Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
They'll be so happy.
I'm gonna give him some
For
Viagra.
real. For real.
I'm gonna give him some Viagra.
What's up,
I always
Travis?
like that too. HS Bubba Fan 69.
It is a good show today,
I'm
everybody.
gonna give him some Xanax.
Were you sleeping in and missed the first hour of the show?
Are you ready?
Don't worry, it's all at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Lummy, did I do the Charles Ramsey guy?
No, you do not.
The Sarasota Chase. Good morning from Sarasota Chase. $1.50 on the PayPal. Thank you so much.
Again?
Yeah. Well,
Jeez.
Kyle Oloco, $10 on the Venmo card. Baby
Venmo.
face a stress ball so he can squeeze his face in.
He wants to squeak.
He wants to pop Babyface's head.
Maybe that's our next piece of merchandise is like a Babyface stress ball where you can just Except Dan will be hollowing out the mouths, face effing it. Dan would want to get a hold of the manufacturer and see if he can get a true to life form size of Babyface's head. In fact, let me when we do the Hall of Fame, head stuff.
The Bubba Light, $20.
Dan may ask you to get have grouper lips.
Make a Brian one?
Make him a baby face head. Then he just drills out the mouth, and he has his way with him.
I don't know that that's what Dan would be into, but okay.
I think in the most disrespectful thing you can do to a man, if a man doesn't want a penis in his mouth and you put a penis in his mouth, that's pretty disrespectful.
It's top 10.
I think he'd probably prefer a life-size Weeble Wobble with Brian's face on it that he could punch on.
We had talked about
they
that.
They make life-size blow-up Weeble Wobbles. You know that you can dress the way you like.
Anyway, we must give also. Brian knows a little more information about it, but Big Hands John, unbelievable Bubba Army guy.
Yes,
he's just soul to the earth, and I think he just retired.
Yes, he did.
Brian, you know a little bit more about it than I do.
Yeah, yesterday, so Wednesday actually was his last day. 48 years working at the VA, helping vets and disabled vets. He says he's still going to continue to do it, but he's got to concentrate on his mom and helping care for her and himself. But wanted to give a big shout out to
31 years.
48 years of his life after he served in the military.
Yeah. So 48 years. So he served his military time. Usually that comes in increments of 4. So like 4, 8, 12. Something or 16. He's however long his service was active duty. In the military. Then he came back and worked for the VA for almost 50 years.
Yep.
Big E 7375, $50 super chat.
That's like if there was an award for like the ultimate American. Now, I know they have different awards for like Purple Heart and heroes during battle and things and then didn't Rush Limbaugh
There's a President's Medal for that. I just can't think of it right now. I'll look it up real quick. It's President's Medal of.
Presidential Medal of Freedom or something like that?
Yeah, it is something like for being an incredible citizen.
Yeah, like for just being talk about look at us. None of us are doing anything for our country. Like, first of all, none of us went and served our country as a soldier or in the military.
I did have a meeting with the recruiting department, though.
It is the Presidential
Medal of Freedom.
Medal of Freedom, exactly.
Just so you could get out of third period your junior year.
They got me one day when I was walking by, and I just said I was interested in serving the country. And
did the pull-up challenge at lunch one time.
Right.
Got me a Reese's cup
That's
and a
why they
Coke.
never called me. I said my arms won't even reach the pull-up gimmick. Like you're gonna, They were always recruiting in our high school, but I'm like, man, I'm not going to the military.
They don't let them do that anymore.
Didn't seem like they can't.
Nope.
Remember when we were growing up? Like they'd actually during lunch have the the army there.
And they'd walk by. You interested in serving your country, son?
Yeah.
Why not, pussy?
Exactly. I walked a different hall.
Maybe scare you.
Maybe Bubba for Barp, we could have like a Bubba Medal of Freedom or something like that.
That would be a nice
that you could
recognition.
honor somebody.
Yeah,
The Bubba
there's one person
Medal of Freedom
that has just gone up and beyond.
Just overall, like a good Bubba Army person who their full body of work has earned them the Bubba Medal of Freedom.
Right.
Just saying.
Let's be thinking what we call it, but yeah, I think we do. The Bubba Army Super. I don't know.
I think the Bubba Medal of Freedom.
Yeah, we know what
right
the Medal
like
of Freedom is. Exactly.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom with the Bubba Medal of Freedom.
Okay. But there's no more.
Why don't you do the Babyface Medal of Freedom brought to you by Hunter Law? You break us off with Chizak.
And Travis from semi.
So Big Hands John, man. If enough people will not tell you thank you and know your great body of work, but man, what a true American after you served your service, then to go work for the Veterans Hospital, which, man, that in itself is tough. That's not a walk in the park because you're dealing with some people that have some real issues and have really been hurt, not only physically but mentally. I mean, war. What some of these soldiers see and have to go through. Really are. If we're not, Jay living on Davis Island has no idea what a guy that did 2 tours in Iraq had to see and do.
But I'll tell you what, whenever I see one of those guys, I thank them.
No, I know you do, but I'm saying, we just live completely different life than these studs and the things that they've had to see and do and how that could affect them long term.
Think of what the military was like 48 years ago. That's where he was in that military.
Yeah.
There was some stuff going on, probably
where
Korea.
you go to boot camp. Remember when you back when Big Hands John went through, even when Hatley went through.
Yeah.
Like when you would go to
Fort Bragg.
Boot camp was like, hey man, it was a lot like Full Metal Jacket. Get your ass kicked. Make fun of the guy that can't run, that's the slow guy.
That was a real drill sergeant. He wasn't an actor. I mean, that's the way it went back
right,
then.
No, I know.
And
the
I have a
gunnery
friend
sergeant.
that went through Paris Island back in the 88, 89 after we graduated, and it was exactly like that.
Yeah. And now it's all, man, I think they got like these cards that they can raise when they're getting a little too stressed out. and the instructor has to back out off immediately.
Yep.
They got all those kind of things. Well, I mean, I got to do words, right? I don't think I have time to read Shackelford if I'm going to be on time with Shannon.
Correct.
So let's just go into words and have Shannon on the backside. If I get to Shackelford, I get to him.
All right. Sounds good.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We were drunker than Nick Hogan's wife when we put this thing together. BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Of the MP3 file and whatever the fuck
You
it
getting
is,
this, producer?
and then email it to him, and now he has something that he can fucking.
You guys listen to.
He just did you 2 audibles. He just twice gave you the Heisman. No,
God damn.
I'm not doing that
He's
either.
not-
What's
he's
that,
not-
undermining?
He's
So
he's
uncoachable.
uncoachable.
Where's the historian to give it back?
He's uncoachable. I'm trying to coach him up. I'm trying to coach him up, and he's
Still win.
I agree, Bubba. There's softballs everywhere.
He's uncoachable. In fact, I'm giving him one of these right now for being uncoachable.
Oh, can I read this email in chat?
The Sweet Morning Zoo on Z100.
I've lost most of my points during the breaks.
That's good. That's better, isn't it? They do in Florida, Daniel Hamilton. I think there are some states where they do not allow it, but you're absolutely right. I'm 90% sure they don't allow it in California.
I mean, presenting people with options is never a problem.
No, but
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
pretty sure they don't allow it in California. No, they don't even allow ROTC on some college campuses anymore.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not all of them.
No,
But there's some that are just.
USF still has a good ROTC program.
I would have done that if I didn't have the money to go. If my father had offered to go pay for my college, I would have done ROTC for sure.
Thank you very much, everybody. Make no mistake about it. I'm here because of crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country. Is destroying our country. This country is being destroyed rapidly, not slowly, rapidly. On the borders, on energy, on inflation, on everything you can name. Afghanistan removal, everything about what he's done. He's destroying our country. And he's also destroying it with weaponization. And this is purely his weaponization. See who's in the courtroom. You go just see who's in the courtroom.
And Jay, this has a lot. I got weaponized.
There's no doubt.
And fucked and no processed.
He's destroying our country. And he's.
Unlike him, though, you beat the Chargers.
That's what we said yesterday. Is you know what the difference is? We won, Bubba.
Yeah.
The unwinnable. I went back and I looked at that verdict form yesterday. I swear to God, I have it right behind my desk. All those questions that we got, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, but but as far as me being blackballed and all that.
And this is purely his.
I know, but that would be in his position because there was the same type of reversible error in your case on the verdict form and on what was allowed in and kept out. There was so much of that.
Well, the sequestration issue, which wasn't really sequestration, and there's issues.
The gag order when you can't even confront the people that are talking to him, but you're going to confront your accusers.
He can't do it himself.
Allow
And they're helping out.
Yeah.
At least from both sides.
Yeah, because they were allowed to. Yeah, that Cohen can't mention. Yeah, no, I agree. I'd agree with that. If you're gonna say he can't talk about Cohen, then Cohen shouldn't be able to talk about him.
Wasn't there also a big
Oh yeah, he's been on the Steve Bannon case, he was on the Peter Navarro case, and he's on this one.
And he wasn't even in the 24, the 24 judges, but it was selected on this one.
Right, so that they talk about the chances he pulled
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
judge on all three cases.
I will say though, there was
yeah.
we randomly generated at Hunter Law for Christmas exchange, Secret Santa. We randomly generated. Now there was 12. but I got matched to the same person 4 years in a row, and 5 out of the 6 years, which is astronomically hard odds on a
but
random
with other
lottery.
people, there's thousands of cases filed.
Well, no, they're saying there's like 20 judges.
I know, there's thousands of cases.
Right.
It's
He said
a much
there were
larger
24
sample
judges that were up for it. He wasn't even in the names. He wasn't even he wasn't supposed to be in the. That's what they were saying.
Well, it's like to see
Well,
something.
how did he get the case then if he wasn't
I'm just saying
up
that's
for it?
That's what they're saying is shady.
Yeah, I'd want to know a little bit more about that. I don't know enough about it to comment on the selection process.
I know enough about it to know that it's supposed to be random.
Yeah.
And
for the
even
same
if he
judge, you
wasn't,
get
even if he
3.
was in the pool of 24 judges with the 10,000 cases that have been filed in the last 3 years.
Well, it would be if
the
it's
chances of him
random.
getting all
If
three
it's
is very
random on the
likely.
judges, then it would be 1 out of 24 times 1 out of 24 times 1 out of 24. So
That's way too much math for me.
yeah, it's the odds of him getting all 3 of those, if it's in fact 24, is 1 in 13,824.
So it could happen.
So it's not beyond the mathematical pale, but it is very fucking thin odds.
It's very
almost impossible. Yeah.
So what's that say?
I don't know. I'm basing this off of
is that-
a 24
that-
job. I don't. That's the weapon.
You want to hear all the times Hulk Hogan or Tucker Carlson called in? I like that idea. We have it all for you on BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy, he should be standing by.
Yes, he should be.
The Shannon Burke.
He is standing by.
Hi, Shannon.
Hey, buddy.
How things for you this week? How's Don Miller doing?
Oh, he's doing great.
How
He's
are you?
fantastic.
How are you? How's Kim with the big breasts?
She's good. She's at a doctor's appointment. Should be home soon with my breakfast.
Oh, so you're like, now is that a demand that she goes out every day and fetches you breakfast, or is it just happens to be she's going to the doctor and she'll
Let me
say,
tell you.
I'll bring you something home, baby.
I am offered a meal every morning and every afternoon. My wife wants to feed me.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
like
she goes,
old
"Baby."
school, like June Cleaver stuff.
Yeah, I'm sitting here doing show prep, and I'll hear from the other room. She says, "Baby, you want an egg wrap? I'm making your breakfast," and she'll make me breakfast. Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Then the only thing that would top that is if she would serve you topless, with maybe or like a French outfit kind of gimmick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be. That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Maybe we just throw that part in there. Would be great.
Hopefully, she's listening on her way through the McDonald's drive-thru.
Could you go to Kim and say, Kim, would it be too much to ask that every 4th or 5th time you surprise me with a little schoolgirl outfit while you're bringing me my egg wrap? Would that be too much to ask?
Yeah, I don't know that she's going to go out and get a schoolgirl outfit, but she'll certainly do it.
Maybe naughty
naked for
maybe naughty librarian. No, we got to maybe naughty librarian.
Yeah. It has to be a costume. How about like nothing? That's what that's better.
Right.
Yeah, how about just with?
Why are you pushing your fantasies onto other men, Bubba?
You know what's
what
sexy?
about
Just
like a
hold
sexy
on.
Mexican maid?
No. How about like just topless with a pair of T-back underwear on? There you go. That's kind of that means she's got her vagina covered, but the jugs are out.
Yeah,
it's not quite. It's going to end up nude, but it didn't start. There's a little game there going on.
Right,
Yeah. So that would be great, right?
Sure. It'll be fantastic.
You're going to need something like that to take your mind off of this Trump stuff. I got to think that you are just flipped out over this. Like you can't get on the air and bitch and talk and break this down fast. If you could go on the air right now, you would. You so tore up over this nonsense.
I mean, I don't know that I'm sad for the country, and I'm sad for the state of our judicial system. I'm also quite certain, as most people are, that this will be overturned easily upon appeal. There's so many. I'm having Mark O'Mara on. He's a CNN contributor. Used to be my attorney here in Orlando, a big time criminal attorney, and he's got a long list of appellate issues that will easily overturn this. I'm shocked that it happened. That I'm not so shocked because these people or these New Yorkers on that jury knew.
But doesn't this just absolutely epitomize the weaponization of our government? It doesn't. I mean, this absolutely gift wraps it and puts a bow on the fact fact that one of the problems that Trump says we have, and hey, I can attest to the weaponization. The FBI didn't do me any justice and did me dirty one time. And listen, this is the current administration that's using various agencies to do, which is the weaponization of the government to do the dirty work to try to get your opponent, hemmed up so that he's not available to go against you for this November. Period.
Absolutely, it is. And the thing that really makes me sad are the people that are celebrating this like it's a victory for them. They're like, they got Trump. We finally got Trump. 34 counts. We got him. Not realizing that they are literally cheering and rooting on the destruction of America's judicial system.
Two things. One, you're right on that, but two, they don't really know that this is an immediate appeal, and you're not going to see Trump tomorrow behind bars with his mugshot.
No.
Like there's so much protocol, like legal. I have two lawyers here. I mean, how much legal protocol do we have here, guys? I mean, a ton, right? Like with regards to the appellate issue.
So he's never going to spend a day in jail or prison. That's not going to happen, even if somehow it's not overturned.
Babyface. As an attorney, what are his odds of really being convicted on appeal?
I think he has an 85%, 90% chance of overturning this on appeal. I don't know who the appellate judges are. You're asking me. I don't know New York.
Now, hold on, but let me ask you a question. Let me ask.
This could end up at the Supreme Court because of the lack of due process. They never even told him what his charges were.
That's the biggest issue.
They never allowed him to have the witnesses before the day of trial. Yeah, I've never seen that in 30 years.
Right.
You saw, Bubba, in our case, every day, Judge Arnold would say, "Who are your witnesses?" And we'd have to share it every single day because that's called fairness and equity. And there's supposed to be due process under the law.
And the judge determines that.
And he didn't give this defendant, our president, any due process.
And it's unheard of for a judge to be this wonky on just some normal, judicial.
You didn't get gagged.
Hold on.
You were on the air talking about it every day, and they didn't gag you.
Just normal judicial, whatever, judicial
you got it.
Protocol. Just normal protocol that's standard in state or federal court was ignored here on so many different ways.
Marco Mara believes that one of the glaring issues was that they were not sequestered.
Of course.
And that is the most glaring to him. To me, it seemed like a no-brainer that they would sequester him. But don't you agree that if they were sequestered, I mean, they had a chance because they weren't sequestered to realize and understand and find out that they did not allow the FEC expert to tell them that he didn't break any election laws.
But the problem with that, you're right. But the problem is, it gave the other side. These people are all surrounded by their own bubble. They live in a 90% Democrat area, so they go home from Memorial Day weekend and they don't hear about how badly Cohen did and that he admitted lying and got caught for $60,000. And they don't talk about how that expert wasn't allowed into the courtroom. It's a whole different thing because they're in their own little bubble. And that's the problem with politics right now is this just reaffirms both sides. But I think what they've missed, and I know that you probably are super keen to this, is a poll about 6 months ago said, what if he's convicted of a felony? And there was about 20 to 30% of Republicans that at that time said that would make a difference. And so this is all about calling him a convicted felon.
Right.
They don't care whether or not he spends a day in jail. Now Biden can call him a convicted felon. That's their political ploy, and that's what you're going to hear from today forward.
Dan, what do you think
That's Jay, by the way.
I'm sorry, Jay. What do you think
way
about
nicer
the timing?
Dude. Way nicer dude.
Way less full
What
of
about
himself.
the timing? When will this hit an appellate court? After the November election?
They have to file their appeal within 30 days.
All right,
and
so
then
hold on,
the
hold on.
normal
So-
appellate process takes months and can take years.
But but hold on a fast track, Willie. Let's say, let's say super fast track, and the state's in on the fast track. Okay.
Yep.
So you just not normal state, grind, but expedited state grind. What would be the fastest that that they could get it in front of a judge on the appellate level?
We just had an appeal. It took us 7 months to get to the oral argument. The oral argument was 6 weeks ago. We still don't have a ruling.
Okay, so that was because
So it's going to be so that's after this election, no doubt. There's no
All right, so
way
like
it
there's
happens
no,
before the election.
Like there's no
way.
There's like
It's
now,
impossible.
hold on. If they did find a way, is that only furthering how shady this thing is? If they do find a way to get it heard,
I think Jay's point is that the real reason the Democrats don't care because they want to be able to call Trump a felon, so they don't want the appeal to be expedited.
Now they're going to slow. They're saying how he slows everything down.
All right,
now
so
they
they're
want to
like-
slow it down.
So they're like, man, we don't care if it's next July. We don't care.
Right. Take the time.
Take your time, buddy, because that title stays on him until you guys get there.
Correct.
Right? So now we can say, felon Donald Trump. That they can honestly say that, and that's going to be their that's going to be their battle cry.
This is a real test of America's electorate, of America's voters here. If they can see beyond the facade of the phony baloney conviction, if they and most of them understand and know that this is an appealable thing that will more than likely get overturned with high probability. That's the test. Between now and then, if they go, oh, he's convicted felon.
Well, you know what, Shannon? I'll further you. I think this is a test of America's intestinal fortitude and grit. I think this is a test of, are you an American and you can put aside a brash guy that, maybe shouldn't tweet as much and maybe comes across as a bull in a china shop. But at the end of the day, if I have two dudes to put in a foxhole to fight for me, which one, as far as the security of my country and what's healthy for my country, I mean, there's only one choice. And again, throw the red and the blue and all who your favorite guy is and who's done what and who's titled what. If you just look at what our fabric as Americans are we soft and need handouts and is that the America we want? With skyrocketing inflation and the world looks at us as weak and feeble, or do we want to be looked at as we got kind of a crazy wild guy running the deal, and it's hard telling what he could do, but man, they're strong as hell. They're ready to blow people out of the sky. The economy's doing well, and the person that's running the show is actually present, knows what's going on. I mean, right? Boom. That's what it's all about.
Question? What the hell was that? Statement?
I'm just saying. That's what.
Here's the question. Wouldn't you agree?
No. But that's what it comes down to. Do you want some guy that's just absolutely almost dead running our country and has made some real bad decisions and has put us in some real bad spots right now? Or do you want a guy that's a little rough around the edges and pisses you off a little bit?
I think that this is the time now, between now and the election, to drive home the weaponization of not only the judicial system but the DOJ, every three-letter department in the government, and see. I really do think that maybe Trump may lose 2, 3, 4% maybe, but I think for many of Trump's voters, this steals their resolve.
They had the largest one. They raised $800,000 post verdict. The Trump campaign
they cracked the website.
They cracked the website and they raised $800,000. And since the verdict's been read, and they're like, this is just validating everything that he's saying. I'm the bad guy. They're picking on me, and it's the weaponization of the government.
So I do want to ask Shannon if he was this upset when the Republican prosecutor charged John Edwards and brought him to trial. Were you that upset then about
I think that was a loaded trial as well.
Maybe I could give a little bit of a difference, okay? He paid a woman who was having his love child while his wife was dying of cancer with campaign funds and a campaign check. Yeah, let's talk about that one. That's what happened in that one. It was actually campaign funding. He paid with his own personal check for legal services, and the jackass who received it can't even say what he paid for or how he paid for it because he's a convicted liar.
But reimbursed himself through the campaign.
No, he did not. Where was that evidence that he reimbursed himself through the campaign? There's none of that.
Well,
where's that testimony? That didn't happen.
Rudy,
there's none of that, by the way,
Rudy,
Shannon.
$20. Everybody slow it down.
You know, Shannon, that there was no testimony that came from campaign funds.
Yes.
Zero.
I don't care what you call Donald Trump. I don't care if Biden can call him a felon. I don't care. I just think that they have buried themselves so bad. Americans can listen.
This makes no difference in the election, in the outcome of the election.
Here's the difference.
By the way, I don't like
Zero.
what they did to John Edwards
Zero.
either, because you know what they did to Hillary Clinton for paying $450 for the dossier? They gave her a slap on the wrist, and you know what they do to Barack Obama when he violates his laws? It's a civil
what
violation.
I'm saying is, in the Edwards case, it was somebody who had it out for him, who was trying to improve his political stature, and chose to go after Edwards as a soft target. I think it's the same here. I said that from the beginning, Bubba, on this one, I said that the New York charges were BS because of the way Bragg was bringing them. Secretly, not saying what the crime was that raised it and elevated a misdemeanor to a felony.
Do you think that this could even be as bad for the Democrats as much as they're... Hold on, let me ask my question.
He can't help himself.
He just
none
loves,
of it matters.
Will you let me ask my question, bitch?
Yes.
Trying to throw the ball to you as my slot receiver, and you're saying, don't throw it to me, you toothy son of a bitch. Damn it, Lummy, look at him mean and threaten to kill him.
I'm going to kill you.
Damn.
That's scary.
Right.
That is the scariest thing that's ever been said to me.
What I'm saying is,
This is what this country's doing to us.
That's right, Chad. Preach it.
As much as we always think that New York's blue, I mean, do you think this flips New York red?
No.
No, it won't. But if Trump can lose New York by single digits, it's a major score.
Right. Listen,
Kathy Hochul won by single digits.
The African American community, that's where Biden has lost a lot of his base.
And that's why he's going to lose in November. Biden's not winning this election. And
Is he getting smoked?
You're voting for him, right?
No, I'm voting for Trump. I have to.
Yeah,
My wife just brought me a Big Mac topless. I mean, not a
Big
muffin
Mac.
topless.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, baby.
And tell her thank you for listening to the show and
Bubba
listening.
says thanks for listening.
and following directions.
Yeah, and following his instructions carefully.
I mean, it benefited you. You got a Big Mac with teats.
Yes, it was awesome.
That's on the menu. So I mean, Brian, the bottom line is, man, is it
It
gonna?
doesn't.
Hold on.
I don't think it matters at all. I did answer your question. It's not going to flip New York.
I got a different question.
Oh, okay.
Do you think it's going to be? I think things like this make it a blowout. I mean, I think he wins Arizona. I think he wins Georgia. I think he wins Minnesota. I think he wins Wisconsin. I think he wins Ohio. I think he wins Pennsylvania.
You sound like Howard Dean up there.
No, but I mean, yes. You know, all these really close contested states that he may have won to begin with.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just saying. But
I think that you see Biden's numbers with black voters literally cratering.
Yeah.
This does nothing, but this really black voters can feel this. They understand this. They understand having the book thrown at them, and you know they feel the excessive charges and that. And I think they will identify this, and it will. I mean, he's already just cratered Biden's black voter numbers, and he's going to do even better.
Well, I will say, so I don't, this is anecdotal, but one of my neighbors and friends is an African-American gentleman, former military, and his comment to me last night about this was, it's kind of good to see white people start to experience how rigged the system is.
Oh, I know. That's exactly.
Right.
A lot of people feel like, and if they can do it to this guy who's a billionaire, who can hire the world of lawyers to defend him, and in open air, everyone looking at the perversion of the justice system, and that the system allows it to do it.
And they just do it.
I'm shocked by, as a lawyer for almost 30 years, the lack of the ability to fight some of these things before the trial.
John, by the way,
it's
John
crazy.
Costica, $150.
So you have to lose to win.
$150 for I love topless Big Macs. That's what John Costica said. $150, PayPal, Venmo, both at the Bubba Army. So I mean, yeah, I think more than anything, like I think you're like, wow, they can do this right in front of you, and you can't do anything about it.
Right.
Like how does that
they could do this to him. They could crush us like an ant.
Well, they're crushing me right now. I mean, Jay, you know that I'm part of a 3-letter acronym, weaponization, no pros, good old boy deal. You know that. Mm-hmm. I'm Trump's version. I'm Tampa's version of Trump.
Did they offer you the Hunter Biden deal?
No. They told me to. You're fired, and you're going to lose everything there, fat ass. You're not supposed to tape your best friend blasting your wife.
Clerical mistake?
You're not supposed to tape your best friend blasting your wife and then distribute it on Gawker. I mean, yesterday we had Eric Andre, and the actor and the stand-up comedian.
He thought you were dead,
and we're like, hey, buddy, like we try to ask, what's your opinion of the Hogan sex tape? How did it go down? And this is what he said, and this is what most people think. Bubba, he thought I was like Ron Howard, and I worked at the camera, like I was there, like as a director.
Point of view.
He thought I was in there, like as the director, videotaping it myself, and then I went and leaked it and sold it to Gawker. Is that not what he said?
Yes.
That's what people think.
Yeah, he thought you were rich off of it.
Yeah.
He didn't know that times were tough.
Right. I mean, Shannon, that's what everybody thinks. But this little agency called the FBI.
It's weird that they think that because you talk so much about it.
I know.
You motherfucker.
You get a ding? Ding!
He hasn't talked about it a lot this week, which is, I think, is why we've had some great shows.
That's an illustration.
Shut up, Seth.
Ding, ding.
It's an illustration of the fact that some people just won't believe that they have their own definition of the truth in their head.
Yep.
They're unwilling to change it. It is like a massive psyop, and you could show them the evidence in their face, and they still won't change their mind. You could show them everything.
I know. So when
you're on
the other end of that, when you're on the other end of life where everybody thinks one thing, but deep down because you're the person that's experiencing all this criticism. This is something happened in your life that changed your life for the worst. Okay, and the entire world thinks one way. But you and the honest truth of the matter is, it didn't go down like that. So it literally will drive you insane. It literally will. Shannon, can you understand where I'm coming from?
I know exactly where you're coming from.
You, of course, can.
Yeah,
because you've been persecuted by the system as well. You think about Trump, and this isn't just one, but 4. Who's that ever happened to in history?
Right.
An individual, let alone a president, that gets 4 indictments in 3 different states, all within a couple of months of announcing you're going to be the candidate for the Republican Party.
I've been on trial. I've had 4 jury trials.
Yeah, not at once. I know you have. It took 20 years.
Jay, stop.
No.
This is about Bubba.
No, it's not.
Hold on. Let's bring it back.
I'm just saying. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of people that've had to go through 4 jury trials. That's nerve-wracking.
I know.
And I'm 4-0, bitch. About to get mine.
Now put 4 at once. How would you feel?
Oh man, I'd really have breakout boils on my chin. So Trump now is a felon. Well, they introduce him at the debate is like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for President Joe Biden.
That's a good question.
Thank
What
you.
do you? I mean, look,
When you put your hands together for felon,
Biden could easily say right now, we're not going to debate because I'm not going to debate a convicted felon. Right.
I don't think that's one of the rules that they put into the debate for qualification.
But he can, and he's right. That's one of the ways. A lot of people think that that's a way that he can try to do the Heisman on it and avoid it is by saying, "Well, why would I? That's beneath the presidency."
Right.
And I don't know if I think he's kind of locked into it, maybe now,
because
Shannon, because of what he did by putting it out there 2 weeks ago.
He has no choice.
I don't
this
think
is
he can get out of it now.
His approval rating and his net approval rating, more importantly,
talking about Biden.
Impossible for him to win with where he is at right now.
Isn't it the lowest in the history of the free living world?
Jimmy Carter got a little bit lower, but it's the lowest at this point for any incumbent president in recent history. Okay,
except for Jimmy.
How great is that? This is the whole reason that Carter hung on. All these.
How great is it to hear Brian talk like this?
Yeah, he can finally be the second worst president.
The numbers are the numbers.
I agree.
And I can't argue with
Jimmy's
the
like,
numbers.
I just want to be alive.
Now, anybody else, any other viable candidate other than Trump, and it's one of the biggest landslides ever. But because Democrats are so up in arms and frothy about it, he will motivate more people to vote for Biden than would otherwise be motivated based upon Biden by himself.
So if the Democrats were to be smart, who should they be putting in there?
Gavin Newsom, Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama.
Literally anybody else that has a pulse. Not Kamala, because they haven't.
Isn't it
done
sad that
anything
there's
with
really
her.
only one person that everyone goes to, Gavin Newsom, who may be the worst governor in the history of the United States of America?
I don't know that I would go that far. Worst governor.
What data do you have to say he's a good governor?
Go look at San Francisco.
I would have to go through all the data. I haven't really broken down
I can go through all of it.
Complete
Homelessness,
performance as a governor.
No voters in America are breaking down the data. They just know that he's a crappy governor.
Shannonberg, who does Don get for? Is this where he brings in Tulsi? He's got to bring in Tulsi.
I'm so up in the air on this. I wonder how many of his potentials will not run, be his running mate because he's convicted.
I don't think any of them.
That's why Tulsi.
I don't think any of them. Chris Christie. You know what I mean? He was the only guy that raised his hand.
I think Tulsi Gabbard checks all the boxes. She checks all the boxes, and at the end of the day, we probably as a country need to be able to one of these days in our lifetime have a female president just to keep the bitches happy. And so if she's guaranteed to be the first female president if she's his vice, because she is the natural incumbent at that point, right?
It would be awesome.
Yeah, and I think it does say
And
something.
she's
I know
very,
Shannon just
very-
said this. She was a Democrat.
And she's I love Democrats that have flipped over right, because that's right where I'm in, right there in that middle, right?
Because
in
they
that
didn't
sweet
flip,
zone.
actually. The party went beyond them to the left.
See,
They stayed right where they were.
All they got to do is okay, as a Democrat, you got to loosen up on guns a little bit. That's it. And then as a Republican, you got to loosen up on abortion a little bit, okay? That's it. That's all you got to do to be the perfect candidate. That's what Tulsi is. Loosen up on abortion. Let's get abortion at 21, 22 weeks.
Well, Trump's
And
also smart.
Let's make sure you can have your handgun, and if you're not a felon. Oh, sorry, Donald. But let's close the borders down for a couple years now, and then let's also round up some of the bad people that we've let in and get them out of here too. Boom, perfect candidate right there. And weed. Let's make sure weed's cool.
Well, he's approaching all different. I agree with what you're saying there first, but he's approaching independents. He's approaching the libertarians. He literally went to the Libertarian Convention and said, I intend to if I'm president again, I will put libertarians in positions of power in my cabinet. And he's trying to, he went to Brooklyn and no one imagined he would get 6,000 or 10,000 people. They thought he'd get 600. And the love that was shown to him, the organic love from just people who can see the perversion of the system, who have been castigated by this government.
I wonder who
and they've been
Shaq's
wanting.
voting for.
Look, what happened was when the illegal immigrants came to New York and started taking the resources that the African Americans and the low income people of modest means have been suffering from were just given away. That was the turning point.
Who's Shaq voting for?
He won't say. No one will say now. That should tell
Celebrities
you.
won't reveal. They will say, "I'm not going to vote for the man who's the existential threat to our democracy," but I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for.
Man, I want to know.
Right.
Listen, I'm
They
voting
can't
for
put their
whoever.
name next to him.
I want Shaq to be. I just want to let you know I'm going to vote for Trump. Shaq's the coolest African American I know. Period.
Charlemagne the God was on Fox the other day, and he said he's not going to endorse Biden.
Right.
He said everyone needs to vote with their heads.
Yep.
And
I'm not.
Bill Maher just said the same thing. He went on Fox, and a lot of these, liberal voices are coming out with a common sense way of saying, I just can't endorse this guy.
340 million people, and this is what we get to choose
They
from.
say they can't
It is
endorse him,
insane
but
to me.
they let you know that they're going to vote for him, but they just don't want to put their name next to him.
340 million people. Think about that.
I think it's a blowout. I think it ends up being a blowout. You know what? I need somebody else to trump about another 40 or 50 charges on Donald, and we can just really make sure he's locked in, because the more you screw with him, the more people. They raised $800,000 last night just in campaign donations, because Americans can see through this. They're over it. They know that they're paying more at the gas pump. They know they're paying more at the grocery store. They know that our country's perceived as weak. We don't have a definitive plan for Ukraine. I don't know that we've handled Israel correctly. Like, we haven't done nothing right. Everything sucks. Period. Oh, I know that. And so I need to put a new person in here and take whatever's making sucking away and try to make it and try to fix it.
And what's really an interesting question is what happens in 2028. Who do the Republicans have? Assume he gets
Tulsi.
in. Who do they have?
Tulsi.
And then who does is it going to be Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris?
No, it's Tulsi.
It's like that's the future of
Tulsi.
our parties. Is
what's
Tulsi,
the future?
and she gets a strong like Tim Scott.
You think about it, because I was
go.
thinking, okay, say he comes in, who can continue the MAGA,
Tulsi.
the Make America? Yeah.
Tulsi with a Tim Scott kicker. Just keep Marco Rubio out of it.
You know who I thought was
right now.
You know who I thought was really charismatic and did better in an open format than it's Byron Donaldson.
Yeah,
I hope he's our next governor. And I think that he could be a potential presidential candidate in,
misread that.
8
Where
years
does
to 10
DeSantis
years.
fit in your plan?
I hate him. Hate him. He
I mean, you know, if Trump
nailed
could
his
change-
first nailed his first term. Couldn't have made Florida. I mean, you would see people from like during COVID and stuff, and they'd find out you were from Florida, like as you were traveling. I'd be like, man, your governor, he kicks ass, man. Keeps everything open.
Well, they all
Super
move
cool.
here.
And then Ron gets some kind of evangelical bunch of crap, and then I mean, God, messes with Disney, messes with prosecuting attorneys, puts abortion down to like 0.
He won't let drag queens read to kids.
Yeah, come on, man.
Well, if Trump could change his residency back to New York, he'd be a fine vice president, and I think most Republicans would feel secure about the future, 2028 and beyond.
No, with
DeSantis.
Yeah, whatever. Tulsi Gabbard's far better, far more global.
I think DeSantis is a little too much of a politician. I think it goes back to like traditional politics where we're back to Second Amendment and abortion, and it's less about policies. That's what I'm really frustrated about is all they do is talk about good versus evil, democracy versus no democracy. How about issues?
No issues.
How about immigration and energy independence and foreign policy and domestic policy
and we're running
and
late.
treating?
I'm sorry.
Jay's vibing over here, and you cut him off, man.
Sorry, Your Honor. Can you tell the council to shut up?
DeSantis is a terrible politician.
He's horrible. I hate him.
He's not. He got exposed on the national scene. He's not ready for the big boys
I hate him, Rick Scott, and Marco Rubio. I hate them all.
You voted for him all right, though.
No. Hey, Shannon, I love you, buddy.
Love you guys. Talk to you later, CJ.
Tell Kimmy we said hi.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Holy shit, a lot of people have worked here. Glad we built BubbaArmyHQ.com for all the PTSD memories.
Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Producers?
We're not off Monday?
Why are we off Monday?
I thought people were saying we're off Monday.
No, I said you're off Monday because you got undermined and suspended.
Oh, I thought it was a holiday again.
No, you're not off.
Are you sure? Let me. Is it a holiday?
For you it is.
Okay, I saw people were talking it's the best of.
No, hold on.
No, it's not.
I thought the Bub Army knows everything.
No.
They said we're off for Monday and Friday next week.
No. You're being a fucking dick.
No, I'm not.
I'm being financially.
I saw it in chat earlier.
Quit Jaying me.
I saw it in chat.
I saw it in chat.
Quit jaying me.
Someone goes, "Hey, Lummy, best of," and Lummy's like, "Yeah, Monday and Friday."
Lummy, did you say that?
No.
Heavy tongue. He doesn't remember.
I don't remember, Bubba.
Shut up,
Lummy,
Seth.
tell him you're gonna kill him.
You're irritating me. You're fucking irritating me.
I'm gonna fucking ass up your chair after this, big boy.
Which one, the massage chair or?
Every chair I can get my butt on.
Hey,
I'll fuck your. I will kick your ass.
Bring it.
Jack Stiefel just asked if you could buy the massage chair.
I don't really even fully get that, but I know that.
The Z Morning Show on Z100.
Did you log that one in, Lummy?
Yeah, babyface still one.
Well, there's 7 minutes left. Give me a second.
He's got plenty of time.
I've been known to fade.
Hey, Dr. Jen, you won while you were here with a -2.
Guys, we're gonna get to the Rusty Shackelford email, okay?
Yeah, we gotta get to that.
That's crazy.
Okay, we'll end the show with that.
And what about Alex Stein?
He's
out.
He's so fucking mad at me.
What up, Alex?
We love you. I mean, we don't, but Bubba doesn't, but the rest of us do.
I love you, and
We tried everything we
I don't know
could
how
do with
many.
Eric Andre.
Don't get him churned the fuck. Hey,
Oh, he's not watching today.
don't get him churned the fuck up because he wore me out. And I'm like, Alex, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I will make it right for you. I know, but man, Bob, you really showed me what you're all about today. You know, I'm not as mad as I'm disappointed. You know, I was there for you. Then he has to list everything he's done for me. And then I'm like, he's like, you know, I was there for you, and I retweet shit when you want and everything. I'm like, Alex, I know. I fucked up, buddy. I completely forgot. I'll make it up to you. I'm going to have him on next week, and I'll make sure he definitely knows who you are. I'll absolutely put you over. Yeah, that's fine, but still, don't forget, man. You know, I retweet when you want me to retweet, and like, you know, why would you do that to me? Like, you know, I'm like, I'm like, Alex.
Was this texting?
Yeah.
See, that's why texting sucks.
Sucks.
Pick up the fucking phone, guys. I'm sorry, not you guys. You guys can just text. But in
Bubba-
my world,
Bubba doesn't want to talk to anybody.
I know.
Well, I think Lummy tried to put the fire out, but I don't think Stein picked up.
It's hard to text being like that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
And it's also like hard to text legal advice.
Plus, I hate talking.
I'm not
I hate
texting legal advice.
No.
I hate talking.
I love it.
I know you do.
I love
We
it when
talk for a
I'm
living.
kissing.
I hate talking. More than anything. All right, let me. So Rusty Shackelford, and we're out of here.
No show Monday.
And what we need to schedule a conference call for later?
For what?
Because you hate calls so much.
Oh, do I? We have.
Yeah, you got a Tukey, Jay.
No, he didn't even I mean, that's like.
No, I'm like. I mean, do we have business?
He always thinks it's something
Thanks,
real.
Zolt.
No, we don't have anything real today, Bubba, at all. I'm sorry.
Zolt made it through the whole show.
Oh, good job, Zolt.
Zolt normally checks out on the reruns.
On the what?
When like a rerant, they call it like instead of like a rerun for the show.
Oh,
they call it a
okay.
rerun, like when they've heard something.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Say no more, my friend.
That's why I said Zolt hung around, because there was no Hogan stuff this week. That's why I listened all week.
Seth usually checks out for 20, 30 minutes
I like
each show.
fresh.
Seth's exhausted. He's like, I had to pay attention to the full shows.
Oh, well, luckily I had Monday off, so it was, only had to do 4 this week.
And,
Brad's Memorial Day this week? Yeah.
Yeah, it was this week. This has been a long week for me. Oof.
Yeah, you've done, yeah. You need to go home and take it out on your mother-in-law.
Go home and listen to the Marshall Mathers LP. That always gets my edge off.
Oh, man. That's great. That's great killing music.
That is great killing music. I mean, it's literally a song called "Bitch, I'm Gonna Kill You."
I know. It's that one's hard to listen. Oh,
what's it called?
Oh,
You're listening to the man that is best friends with Deion Sanders, Tony Stewart, and not Hulk Hogan. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
I was trying to get some business done over the break, but I think Seth was talking about something. What was he talking about just a minute ago?
We're talking about the new Eminem single, Houdini, that dropped.
Yeah. Is there a new
Houdini?
Yeah. Shout out to the Bubba Army for letting us know that we're off work Monday and that new Eminem dropped today.
We're not off work Monday. Like, where are you getting that from?
The Bubba Army chat and YouTube said that we were off Monday and Friday.
Go ahead and not show up for Monday, and you will be docked a day's pay.
But you won't fire me, right?
No, you're not fired, but you're not going to get paid for that day.
You use a sick day or a PTO day.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I got those now.
Well, you really don't, because we counted the ones we had to use for the year.
Well, personal day, not a PTO
No, hold
day.
on. We still got to go back and retro the days that you guys have taken, because like the new rules aren't for June to December. We have to backdate them to January. There's been some sick days and some personal days already taken.
How many are you giving them?
They get 3. Let me see.
Wait, what are you going to make Lummy go through the YouTube shows and count who was on the show that day and who wasn't?
No, it's the honor system. And you know what? Everybody and chat will keep you honest. Chat knows the days you take off. Lummy, what is it? I think I wrote it down.
So we trust chat for that, but we don't trust chat that there's no show Monday.
Man, you guys are really pissing me off.
I'm sorry.
Undermining.
And just like unappreciative. Like, Jesus.
No,
like,
Bubba, we love you, man.
I think this is even hard work.
We're having a drum
Jesus.
circle in your honor after the show today.
Lummy, what was the new policy?
You get 4 vacation days, personal days, and 2 sick days.
No, you get 4. You get
4 vacation days or
what?
personal days.
Hold on, quiet.
What is that?
I didn't. Something was in my ear.
I can still hear it.
Yeah, something was running in my ear. So Lummy, you get 4 personal days.
Yes.
and 3 sick days, up and beyond the time that you get, paid from the show and national holidays.
Correct.
So the next vacation you get paid will be
4th of July.
It'll be Wednesday the 3rd, Thursday the 4th, and Friday the 5th. We return to air on Monday the 8th.
So these are in addition to national holidays.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Right. Because I think I give 18 days of national holidays to my employees.
No, there's no way you get that many
days. It's 11 or 12. There absolutely is.
No.
President's Day, absolutely. There's
All the
almost a day.
holidays,
There's almost one every single month. I think I give one every single month.
I think there's 11.
Yep, it's 11. It's one a month.
I don't give President's Day and Martin Luther King Day or Easter. Like, I don't give those away. So I think our numbers. I think our numbers are 8 national holidays. Lummy.
That's pretty strong.
Like 21 regular vacation days, maybe up to 28. And then 3 personal days and 2 sick days.
And Yom Kippur.
No, I don't. For what?
For what? For what?
For what? Wow.
For what?
The way he was so proud that he doesn't give off for Martin Luther King Day, it's no surprise about Yom Kippur.
I don't know what Yom Kippur is. I know it's a Jewish holiday. So
we're under attack,
it's
Bubba.
The holiest day of the year for Jews.
Then here's the official ruling: if you're Jewish and you need to want to take that day off, you can take it off. I'll pay you for it.
Yes.
Only if you're Jewish.
Yeah, only if you're Jewish. Like Lummy can't take Yom Kippur off.
But we could use a guy like him on our team.
So
what about Good Friday,
so
though, for Lummy?
We had a good bus bomber about now.
Lummy, Monday, like Macho Man, I know that you took a couple personal days, or maybe I don't know. If you guys know the time you've missed. Rhett, I think you've taken a couple here and there. I mean, I know everybody's got a couple on your tab. Lummy, don't you got a couple on your tab?
I have 2.
All right, and you'll be honest about it.
Hangout Fest, we all know him.
And Seth,
never forget him.
I think
I think I've used every day that you've given, Bubba. So I'm with you, lockstep until the end of the year, buddy.
Seth's into 2026 already. Hey, Sponjo, I'm gonna have to borrow some days from 2026.
So, Sponge, I'm already into 2026. Can I take 3 personals out of 27, Sponjo?
He's like the Lightning. They have no future draft picks. He has no future off days.
Oh, man. Thank you, everybody. Let me, did you get any last-minute Venmos?
No.
What's the final score, Lum?
Oh, yeah. What is the final score?
Dr. Dan lost. He's -2. Babyface with a close 0.
He went all the way down from 3 to 0.
I mean, if you count
awesome.
the hot mic,
you have to count that.
You have to count that. That's everything's in play, Lummy. Everything's in play. All right, so what's coming up? What's
the weekly wrap-up show with
you, Colton, and Rhett.
Yep.
The weekly wrap-up. Love that. You know what I might do? I might go sit in my chair and watch it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Boy, I sound like a real old ass, don't I? I'm gonna sit in my chair and watch a show.
Because you're a boomer. Boomer the Love Sponge. -1.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummit,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council,
co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I repeat hello.